Yo, 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 what's good, man? Appreciate everybody. Why the fuck do I have no screen? What is going on? What the fuck, yo? Alright, this is pissing me the fuck off. Give me a second, bro. Jesus Christ, man. What the fuck's going on, dude? Why do I have no screen? I can't see shit. Alright, well, I guess we're going off of this, which is gonna be behind. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm having technical difficulties today. Rosetown, Gladdy Raider, appreciate you. My guy Lawrence, who I guess ain't gonna be in the building tonight or anymore, man. Hate to see you go, but I understand with the YouTube shit. I understand. Um, oh fuck, this is gonna be difficult because I cannot open this screen somehow, and I don't know if this is gonna end it. Yep, that's gonna end it. So, well, shit. All right, well, um, Aiden O'Connell rumors. Is Aiden O'Connell gonna be traded? That is the talk of the town right now. Also, there are some talks about DeAndre Swift, running back for the Chicago Bears, possibly being in the trade talks on draft day. We'll get into that. We'll break all that down. But first, you know, Kyron Lacey. Shout out to his family. My condolences. Let's take a minute of silence, if y'all would. Yeah, man, horrible tragedy. These young kids, fast cars, money, you know, head problems, nobody to talk to. Think they're bigger than the world, right? Everybody's, everybody's tough. Nobody needs help, but man, mental health is a big deal. I struggle with it personally myself. So, um, you know, talk to somebody, man. Talk to somebody. Don't try to be a big guy and think you can handle everything yourself. Keep everything bottled in. It helps to release, man. So, if you're dealing with issues, seek help, man. Taking your life is it, it's it's not a good thing, man. It's not a good thing. You're leaving behind a lot of people that care and love you. That have to suffer with your loss for the rest of their lives. So, um, again, condolences to his family, and shout out to that. But let's talk Raider football. I don't want to be all sad and shit. Furpo in the building. What's good? What's good? Appreciate you. So, what's y'all's thoughts, man? Yeah, my camera looks good, but I can't see it on my computer. So everything I was gonna pull up, the mock draft I was gonna do, somehow is all gone. Oh, and it's back. All right, much better. I'm just not as smart as I thought I was, but we have had some problems today. It might have something to do with, I don't know. But anyway, let's get to Rocky and let's talk about it. Let's break it down. What's y'all's thoughts on Aiden O'Connell, man? So, fourth round pick, went 3-1 in the division as a rookie. People want to look at his record and say, he's just a backup. I totally disagree. I've argued that, highs and lows from the mountaintops. We all know how I feel about Aiden O'Connell. So I want to know your thoughts. Do you feel it's a mistake if we let a kid like that go, making 1.2, 1.4 million with the injuries that happen in the NFL? No matter how much a guy works out, gets ready for the season, trains, pumps iron, shit happens. You can't control what happens on the football field. Injuries happen. Do we really want to have a rookie sitting behind him? I don't. I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I don't want a rookie sitting, behind Geno, even if it's a first round pick. That's, some of these first round picks are scary. Shador, Jackson Dart. Take it how you want. I'd rather have Dart, but still starting in the first year, man, that that's scary for both of those guys. Even Cam Ward, I would not start that dude right away. There's nobody in this draft that I would start right away unless I was in dire need. A team like maybe the Saints, uh, with their situation. But I don't know. Shout out. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me read this. We can see the chat and the camera good. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Don't get rid of camera. Don't get rid of camera. Don't get rid of Aiden. Oh fuck. We got Carter Bradley. Come on, man. Is he really gonna make the squad? I mean, I know he's mobile. He throws decent. He has pretty good accuracy. I'm not mad at that. I just don't feel we can afford to get rid of Aiden O'Connell. But if he goes to a team like the Saints and he has a chance to compete and start, which he has that chance anywhere, but if he goes there and he has that chance, shit, more power to the kid. So again, I think Aiden O'Connell could be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Not everybody agrees with me, but I'm not gonna be butthurt if he goes. I'm not gonna be a Wi-Fi Willie and be a Saints fan and a Raiders fan because Derek Carr went there. That's just not who I am. But I wish the kid the best. If we can get something for him. I've heard people talking about a 7th round pick. Bro, I'm not trading Aiden O'Connell for a 7th round pick. That's absolutely asinine. He was a 4th round pick, and you can't name me, and I'll give anybody that wants to pull me up five guys drafted in the 4th round that did what Aiden O'Connell did in his first year or his second year or both years combined, even with the minimal playing time. You can't, bro. The kid has talent, and whether they like his mobility or not, getting rid of him, in my opinion, would just be crazy. Unless it was a package deal and we were getting something for him. But to the Saints, come on, we've already given him Derek Carr. We got nothing for it, so we handed him Derek Carr. Yeah, they have to pay a salary, but we got shit out of it. We got shit on the deal. Are we really just gonna give him Aiden O'Connell for a 7th round pick? I mean, that's asinine. Why don't we just trade Max Crosby too? Like, that's crazy to me. Um, Rebel, I have several mock drafts, usually getting Riley Leonard. Your thoughts on him challenging AOC for the backup role? I mean, AOC might not be here challenging for the backup role the way it sounds like, but I don't see him going anywhere. Riley Leonard would be huge. I mean, if you can get Riley Leonard in the 4th or 5th round, 4th round, I don't see him going. I don't see him being there in the 5th, but I could be wrong. It's happened once or twice. However, with his mobility, his upside, if you haven't watched him on the John Gruden show, go watch him on the John Gruden show. The way he picked up the plays, the huddle, the snap count, all that shit that Gruden was teaching him like that within an hour was impressive to me. And same thing with Will Howard. So I wouldn't be mad at either one of those guys. It just depends on where we're taking them. ALC is a solid backup, emerging quarterback. I feel if the Steelers or Saints want to go get him on draft night, somebody's gonna go get him and let him play if they're smart. I just don't see Brady letting him leave the building. Why has he been watching film with the kid? Why has he been working out with the kid? Why does he have anything to do with him if he didn't believe in that kid at all? I mean, just my opinion. Sorry, that candy went right in my fucking gums. But he's definitely a solid backup. And he's proved he can be a starter. Like I said, what did we go last year? We went 0-6 in the division with Gardner Minshew. We would have won one of those games with Aiden O'Connell went for 340 yards with 2 touchdowns against the Super Bowl defending Kansas City champs, Kansas City Chiefs, who made the Super Bowl again that year. And we would have won that game if it wasn't for a botch snap. Now you can blame it on Aiden O'Connell. You can blame it on Parham, who tapped the center to let him to hike the ball. You can blame it on JPJ. But you can't deny the fact that everybody says Aiden O'Connell didn't beat the Chiefs on Christmas Day. Well, he heard all that mess, and he came out the next time he played the Chiefs and had them on the ropes and had a chance to beat them. The botch snap to me was bullshit. It just seemed like they were trying to lose games all year until the last 2. But In my opinion, Aiden O'Connell's better than a backup, dude. And I argue with wasting talent on his live today or yesterday, whatever day it was, yesterday. He said you can't compare him to Tom Brady. How can you not compare him to Tom Brady? He broke all the records of Drew Brees in college. He was the eighth string on the depth chart, worked his way up to a starter. Could have been a first round pick, a lot say, if he would have came out the year before, but stayed in school. The kid has talent, man. And for what he did with the Raiders' shitty ass team with no offensive line, no running game, even as a rookie, with AP as a coach, was crazy to me, bro. You couldn't have put any other kid in that situation and got what we got out of Aiden O'Connell that year. And I don't believe AP would have had a job if it wasn't for the way Aiden O'Connell played and won us a bunch of games. The Jets game, the Broncos game. The kid won those games, man. Just dominated the lightning bolts, and you can say, yeah, they had a backup quarterback, but they had a backup quarterback that was picked higher than Aiden O'Connell, wasn't he? So, all I'm saying is, if you take Aiden O'Connell and you put him on a team like Tom Brady had, with the best offensive line in football, with a coach like Belichick, who was coaching the team for however many years when he got Tom Brady. I don't know, I'm not a Patriots fan. But if you take all those situations, give him Gronkowski, and put Aiden in that situation, I mean, that's hearsay or here or there, but I believe the dude would have won a lot of playoff games and probably some Super Bowl. But nobody's gonna know if you give him a chance. All I'm saying is we squandered the opportunity to play him last year and to see what we had in Aiden O'Connell. And that's on the franchise. That's on the owner for hiring AP. That's on AP for going with Luke Getsy. That's on Luke Getsy for, starting Gardner Minshew. All that shit. But I'm sure when you watch, scouts are watching Aiden O'Connell's film, they're like, dude, this kid can throw the rock. He can read defenses. Sorry, I'm sucking on this candy. Probably not the greatest thing to do in a live. He's very decisive at the line. He knows where he wants to go with the ball before he throws it or before he snaps it. He's very damn accurate, bro. You can say Geno Smith had a 70% completion ratio last year, or 73, whatever it was. Aiden O'Connell's was 78, and it was better than the year before. So he gets better every year. With 4 different offensive coordinators, 2 different head coaches, 4 different quarterback coaches. And all the kid did was win games when we had 100-yard rushing. When we had a 100-yard rusher, when Aiden O'Connell was in the game, he was 6-1. You can't tell me you can't win with a kid like that. You give him 100-yard rushing, Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers, bro, you can win all day with Aiden O'Connell. Just my opinion, though. I think Howard and Ewers, Rebel Hoover, current wide receiver room, can make the roster. Or the practice squad. I hope it's Ramel Keaton, dude, out of Tennessee. I watched the kid, beat up on my hogs. The man's fast, dude. He's got a good catch radius. He can win 50-50 balls. He runs pretty solid routes. I think he makes a roster. Christian Wilkerson did pretty good for us when he got burned, but he didn't get a lot of burn. So, I mean, we have some bigger guys, that can stretch the field, but it just depends on how they use them. He has been an underdog just like Brady was. Blaming on AP starting Minshew and getting poor. I mean, they ruined the kid's career. And you can't sit there as a football. I mean, you can sit there as a football fan and lie to me, but you can't sit there as a football fan and act like you know football and say Aiden O'Connell has no talent. You don't beat the Chiefs by not turning the ball over. Yeah, we ran the ball. Yeah, it was the defense. You could say whatever. But in the first half, he did get his drives, right? He did keep the defense their offense off the field. That's part of winning the game. It's a 20, it's 54 dudes. So 11, 20, 11 on both sides. The kid can compete. He's one of the first guys in the building since he's been a rookie. All they talk about is his smarts. Go watch the interview with Raider D with the running back Collier that we had. They said, who do you go to when you have questions with the offense? He said, Aiden O'Connell. He said, when I first got there, that was the first dude I went to. They said, who's the smartest dude in the building? He said, Aiden O'Connell. He's constantly reading books. He's constantly in the playbook. He's constantly in the Bible. That dude knows the playbook better than anybody. And he learned 4 playbooks. 4 playbooks in 2 years. Still doesn't rattle the dude. Gets hurt, comes back in, breaks his thumb, comes back in, throws an interception, throws a touchdown on the next play or drives down on the next play. Somebody's just got to believe in the kid, and you're going to get a damn good quarterback if you believe in the kid and build around him. Now, if he goes to a team like the Steelers that already has a pretty good offense, DK Metcalf to throw to. Come on, man. That kid's going to light it up. He's not no Ben Roethlisberger, but a little bit more pounds, bro. You never know. AOC is one of the best backups and spot starters. Guaranteed, bro. He's going to, I don't know. I don't think he's the greatest off the bench. Now, if you look at his games, when Gardner Minshew got pulled, he came in and tried to do too much. And I don't think that's Aiden O'Connell's game. I don't think that's his style. Personally, but I'm not saying he can't come off the bench and win games, because he came off the bench in Carolina, put up points. He came off the bench in Denver, put up points. He came off the bench in a couple of games last year that Garner, got booted out of, and made it look like it was easy, right? Had some drives, come down, put some points on the board. So I don't know. I'm just a Aiden O'Connell stan, but whatever y'all want to say. Arnie 100% better than Minshew for sure. Yeah, dude. Like, it would have been, AP lost his job because of this shit. This is my strong opinion. AP didn't stand up for Aiden O'Connell, right? Aiden O'Connell helped him win his job. He came in as a rookie, thrown into a fire, and was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. And that's what they did. They ran the ball. They played defense. He didn't make mistakes. He didn't turn the ball over. He didn't even get sacked that much. The dude was sacked 26 times, bro. That was 13th in the NFL best as a rookie. You know how much Geno got sacked last year? 50 times. 50. 5-0. That's Geno Smith. Come on, man. I just don't see it. I don't see it. And if the Raiders would have started Aiden O'Connell over Gardner Minshew, I would have bet the house on it that we wouldn't be looking for a quarterback this year. We wouldn't have went and got Geno. They would have been like, damn, we could build around this kid, because he would have been starting in another situation with another offensive coordinator last year with nothing built around him, right? As soon as Gardner Minshew got to camp, they knew right away, all right, we're paying Gardner way too much money to start this 4th round kid. Let's keep Gardner out there. He can make plays with his legs, which he never did. He can throw big passes, deep passes, which he never did. All he did was turn the ball over, and he murdered us. He murdered every game we were in. The defense kept us in, even with all the injuries we had. Go back and watch film from every game, because I did. I broke down lots and lots of games. We were in every game until a turnover happened. A fumble by Gardner, an interception by Gardner, a fumble by the running back. Just stupid shit killed us. Even with the beat up team we had, we still competed. And that's what, and if you don't believe me, ask Coach Pete Carroll. Go ask Spytek. Go ask Tom Brady. They all said the same thing. Why did you want to come to the Raiders? Because we watched them compete last year in every single game. They played hard. They competed. They never gave up. Some players might have, but not everybody. So it just would have made sense. It would have made sense. Now, they should have never signed Gardner, but that's neither here nor there. But they never should have started him. We've all seen the tapes, and if you went to the practices in Vegas, you could see right away Aiden O'Connell was better than Gardner Minshew, way better than Gardner Minshew. If you watch all the tapes they put up from Vegas Sports, from everybody else, Gardner Minshew was, throwing over targets, under targets. He couldn't even hit the net. Aiden O'Connell's throwing in the middle of the net almost every time. Even Carter Bradley was. Carter Bradley was better than Gardner Minshew in the OTAs, and they still went with Gardner. So it screwed the whole season. Just a wasted year that could have been way better. Ended up getting a bunch of players hurt, having one of the worst rushing seasons in the history of the franchise. Like, jeez. Horrible, horrible, horrible. What do we got? What do we got? Shout out to the 8 people in the building. Hit them likes. Appreciate y'all. Raider Menace, what's good? What's good? Rebel, what is your comfort level on the roster before the draft? 0 through 9? Before the draft? Ooh. Like a 5. I'm going to say 5. I'm in the middle. Now, after the draft, I believe it's going to be higher than that. I'm hoping it's up to like a 7 or an 8. Like, I'm really hoping. And it could happen. It could happen. We'll talk about that here in a second. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you how it could happen. I want them to trade AOC so he can start somewhere else. I agree. Somewhere else and win. He's getting the short end of the stick with us. I want the best for AOC. Even if he gets traded somewhere else, he's still going to get the short end of the stick. He's not going to have a team built around him. He's going to a team where he's probably going to be a backup competing for a job, and that team already has a starter. Oh my God, there's a hair in my nose. That team already has a starter, and more than likely the team was already built around that guy. Like if you go to the Saints, the team was built around Derek Carr, which isn't a bad thing because he's kind of like a Derek Carr quarterback, right? He can stand in the pocket, he can throw the ball downfield with accuracy, he can throw it with anticipation, he can throw guys open, he can do all that shit. He's just not mobile. But he's getting better at that. And he's working on it this offseason. He's packed on weight. His legs look bigger. They look stronger. So, confidence level, man. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not going to be mad if they trade AOC. He's going to go somewhere that obviously if they're trading for him, right, they see something in the kid and they're going to try to grow up and grow and develop him. Or keep him as a backup, either way. But I guarantee you, wherever he goes, do not get hurt if you're the starter in front of him, because you might not have a job afterwards. I promise you. I promise you. If you get hurt, you ain't getting your job back. They were paying for more for Minshew, that's why they went with him. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. If it was Pete Carroll last year, I don't think it would have mattered. They would have went with the best quarterback. Same thing this year. If somebody beats out Geno, say we draft a quarterback like Shador or Jackson Dart or, Riley Leonard in the 4th or 5th round or Will Howard or even Aiden O'Connell, like it's going to be a competition. If they see somebody's better than Geno, don't think this coaching staff is not going to be like, all right, we already paid this dude, but we're just going to have to eat that shit because we're trying to win. I think they care about winning, hopefully, in my mind. Rebel, who are your current roster doesn't fit our offense schemes? Need to be cut or traded? I mean, you could throw Aiden O'Connell in that mix, right? You can easily say Aiden O'Connell. But I disagree. I think AOC, my cerebral assassin, can play in any system. Now he's not going to be great in an RPO. He's not gonna go fill in for Jalen Hurts and run that system. At an elite level, or probably any system at an elite level. But at a high level, you're gonna have to change up some things, right? You're gonna have to stop calling so many RPOs. But they got a solid ass run game. So anywhere you put Aiden O'Connell, he's shown in any kind of system, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So the kid's gonna be fine anywhere, but he could possibly be a guy that they believe doesn't fit the system, or maybe they just get a trade offer to let him go. Offensive wise, I don't know. I think Chip's gonna, do some things that are gonna be to a lot of guys' strengths, right? Like a Zamir White, like a Dylan Labe, who everybody's counting out. But guess what Chip Kelly does the most? The most in his run game? Pass the ball. He loves receivers that can catch out of the backfield and make plays with the ball in their hands. Dylan Labe is that dude. Now, if he doesn't fumble, he can hold on to the ball. Ray Love, what's good? Appreciate you. Um, he's going to get some reps in camp, and he's going to get a chance to show what he can do. But to me, that's, now people are going to take this the wrong way, but that's a Travion Henderson type running back, right? He can catch. He's explosive, running the ball, which people don't think he is, but in my opinion, he is running in the middle, the outside, zone schemes. It doesn't matter. Pretty much, Dylan. If you give him a chance, the kid's gonna play. So I think he's gonna, surprise some people this year. If he, I don't see why he wouldn't make the team if they put him on the practice squad. He's definitely gonna be gone. I think Zamir White's gonna, surprise some people. I don't really see anybody not fitting. I think they kind of got rid of the guys. You know, they cut some people. They let some free agents walk. We had 27 free agents. So out of those 27 free agents, you got to think, right? There's only, 23 plus 4, so 27. Yeah, 27 guys that they didn't, that weren't free agents. And out of those 27, they cut a couple. So I feel they believe in everything, in everybody on this roster. If they didn't, I don't think they'd be here right now. I don't even think they'd make camp, right? They would have let him go and made room for him. So we'll find out in camp. I mean, we'll find out in camp who's, who's producing, who's not, who's catching on quick, who's not. Because, learning the terminology and all that shit for some guys, but other guys have been in this scheme and kind of know the scheme. Terminology is going to be the hardest, but for the guys that got to learn both, the smart ones, the bookworms, the guys that want to play football, because for Pete Carroll, you have to want to play football. You have to love this shit. You have to give it everything you got. And if you're late, if you don't know the plays when they put you in, you're not playing, bro. He's not giving you chances like AP, where, like Collier said, he got in the game and he had to ask Aiden O'Connell to play. Why the fuck don't you know the playbook? Like, you were on this team, and no disrespect, but he was on this team for what, at least a month or two before he even got in the game. He was on the practice squad for a while. Then they brought him up. You should be ready to play. Why was he in there in front of Dylan Labe? I don't understand that shit. Like, that made no sense to me. So shit like that will not happen, I guarantee you, with Pete Carroll in the building or Chip Kelly. So, to answer your question, I feel everybody. I think everybody's a good fit, and we're gonna weed them out pretty much one by one. Um, Defensive wise, I don't know. We'll have to break that down. We'll have to break that down tomorrow. We will go over the current roster. Who's on there? Who do we think's a fit? Who do we think is not a fit? Because without it in front of me, I mean, I know pretty much everybody that's on it, but there's a lot of guys, like a couple linebackers that I don't know. Guys like Chris Sims the second, Chris Smith the second, out of Georgia, safety. There's a lot of defensive players. We have way more defensive guys, I believe, than offensive guys. So it's gonna be fun to watch, right? I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm ready to get camp going. I'm ready to get this draft over with. See who the hell we got. Get in the building, and see who's playing next year or who's competing for jobs. That's what I want to know. But so yeah, I don't know. I think right now everybody's good to go, and we'll weave through them as we go. If we draft Genty first, Higgins second, Riley Leonard third, how do you feel? That's way too high, bro. Way too high, Arnie. Way too high. Now there might be a team, or two, or three, or four, or five, that feel like Riley Leonard is their guy for the future. You know, that might have a guy that's up there in age, and they might swing for the fences. I just don't see him going anywhere before the fourth. Now, the last two mock drafts I did, he went a little bit earlier. He was going in the fifth round. Sometimes he was there in the sixth round, which was crazy to me. But he got taken early in a couple mock drafts in the fourth. But you know, it's just a mock draft that don't mean shit. I'm just saying they go by analysts. You know, they have AI scamming everything, going, you know, what's going on, what's being heard. So they up shit on the daily. So to me, Riley Leonard is way too high. Will Howard right there is way too high. I think most of these quarterbacks is going to be fourth or fifth round. You know, Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart, depending if they go in the first. Tyler Shuck, maybe a possibility, depending on teams. But yeah, I think that's a little high for the Riley Leonard shit. Exactly. It was AP that played it safe. Yeah, man. He lost his job for stupidity. Ray Love in the building. Shout out. Saints, Steelers, Browns, Jets need QB help bad. And you're right, Arnie. You're right. And if you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, hit that like button. But I've said it for months. There's not going to be two quarterbacks going in the first round. It's not going to be only two quarterbacks. I predict four minimum. There's a reason. There's a big reason they offered Milroe a chance to be there on day one. They know something we don't know. Now, Jackson Dart, I don't know if he's got an offer to be there on day one or not. But man, I don't see those four guys making it out of the first round. And I could really, after the John Gruden, you know, video with Will Howard, let people see him from a whole different perspective. You know, his toughness, his competitiveness, how fast he learns, the way he progresses, picks it up. Will Howard could possibly move up the boards too. I mean, I had him third or fourth round, you know, fourth or fifth round, but now I'm thinking maybe second or third. So watch for some of these sneaky teams to go get a quarterback. I mean, I got four that could possibly, you know, I got three with first round grades. In any other draft, there's teams that are going to move up like they did for Lamar, right? Lamar Jackson fell all the way to 32. You know, so the Ravens jumped up and got him. I could see that happening with a Milroe, with a Dart, even with the Will Howard. I mean, it just depends on how desperate teams are. What's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers? What's going to happen with Kirk Cousins? I don't know why a team is not trying to trade for Kirk Cousins. It makes no sense. The guy has Hall of Fame stats. Now, his win-loss record on the teams he's on doesn't really help him, but second year off an Achilles, to me, if I needed a quarterback, I'd be trying to trade for Kirk Cousins, bro. D Menace in the building. It's been a minute. Appreciate you pulling up. Glad you could catch that live. Rebel. Will drafting certain prospects and certain rounds affect roster snap counts or our current roster? Absolutely. You know, if they go linebacker in the first, we're not having 7 linebackers going into camp, right? Like, we definitely have a 7 after camp. Maybe going into camp because we still got, I believe, 20 holes to fill. It's close to 20 holes to fill on the roster to make it to 94. You got to figure 10 minimum draft picks or 9 minimum draft picks. But if we trade back, you got to figure 10, 11, possibly 12. The Raiders could be crazy and trade back twice. I could see that happening. Trade back not just once, but trade back twice. So we can end up with more draft picks, and then however many UDFA's you got to get to fill out the roster. Then you have June 1st cuts. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I do believe who we draft is going to affect a lot of people on this roster. The past 2 years, I said our defense is top 10, just my personal opinion. Our defense was top 10. I mean, in some categories we were 13th, and some we were 15th or 16th, and some we were dead last. But we had 6 starters out most of the year, one of them being the franchise. So that's big for us to play the way we did last year. Like, I'm glad you brought that up, because I've heard hot take, hit record. Let me smoke this first. Calm down before I go crazy. I'm gonna fucking go on a rant. So I've heard all this shit about we're only gonna win 6 games. We only won 4 games last year. We were a bad team. What the fuck are y'all watching? What football games are you watching? Bad teams don't compete till the end. Bad teams don't have 6 starters out and still compete on defense. Bad teams don't play 3 quarterbacks, one that should have never been the starter, and still have a chance to compete in games. Look at our shit at halftime. At halftime, we were ahead in a couple games, which is surprising, or we were right there. In the third quarter of every game, not 1, not 2, not 3 or 4 or 5, in every game we played, all 17, the third quarter we shit the bed completely. We had our least amount of points, we had our least amount of receptions, our least amount of rushes, least amount of everything. We gave up more points. The third quarter sucked for us. If we could erase the third quarter last year or flip it around, we would have won every game. I mean, honestly, the third quarter is where we lost every single game last year. And if you don't believe me, you can go on YouTube and watch every single highlight for every game. It'll show you the score on the bottom, where we were, what happened. Go watch the games. This is not a bad team. It was a bad coach team with too many guys that have been there, done that were trying to voice their opinion, in my opinion. And there was just, everybody was clashing. Nobody could agree on nothing. Nobody knew how to run shit. The players were complaining about practices, all that shit. This was not a bad team last year. We just made bad decisions. Now, we were an awful run game. I can't deny that. That was the worst. The only thing we were horrible at was running the ball. We were shit. But in the other aspects, we had 2,000-yard receivers with Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew throwing the ball. Like, come on. We had a tight end break every rookie record in history. You don't do that on a bad team. Well, you could say, well, the offense was horrible. That's all they had. Okay, I get that. But then how did Jacoby Myers have 1,000 yards with no drops? Like Trey Tucker had 500 yards on 46 receptions. Like, we had players, we had plays. We're not a bad team, and we're not that far off. We had injuries at the beginning of the year on the offensive line. We had 2 horrible mistakes brought in free agency, and Cody Whitehair and Andres Pete did not help us at all. They hurt us in every situation. They thought those guys were starters. They tried to start them. It just cost us games. It was bad coaching all around. So my point is, this team is not that bad, bro. This defense easily should have been top 10 last year, barring no injuries. This year, they're going to be top 10. I think we got way more physical at safety with Chin. Bro, that dude is a beast. And if you haven't seen his workouts, I think the dude is made of granite. And if he hits you, bro, I pray for your family, dude, because that man he's devastating. And the more film I watch on that kid, we upgraded at the safety position in a major way. In a major way. 117 tackles. He can play in the box. He plays the run game. He doesn't miss tackles. Major upgrade. Eric Stokes is a dude on a mission, I believe. And if he stays healthy, which has been his biggest problem, not being able to stay healthy, hopefully with this training staff, which I don't know, it's not a great sign, but hopefully he can stay healthy. And if he does, bro, Eric Stokes is going to be nasty. He was crazy in college. He was damn good as a rookie. He's a first round pick. He has speed still, fast as hell. Still damn good coverage guy. Hits hard as hell. He's physical. Our backfield is going to be physical as shit. Um, and the front seven, we're not going to have to cover for 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 15 seconds like we did last year, the year before that, the year before that. These guys are going to get to the quarterback. You have a nasty, crazy, crazy Max Crosby on a mission, missed, half the year. That dude is going to have, be lit on fire. Christian Wilkins, same thing, played 2-3 games, out for the season. That dude is going to be on a mission. We have a lot of guys that, are here to get redemption for last year and prove that this team, this defense is one of the best in the NFL. And you can't look at it any other way. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Their defense carried them, right? Yeah, they had Quinshon Judkins, or not Quinshon, Quinyon Mitchell in the backfield. Yeah, they had Cooper DeJean. Yeah, those rookies played their ass off. We have dudes that can play their ass off just like that. Now they're not first round picks; they're third and fourth round picks. Jacorian Bennett. This team is gonna be damn good. Under Pete Carroll has never had a losing season with the team in his first year, except for his very first coaching job, which I don't even know who the hell that was with. I can't tell you at the moment because I just drew a blank. But other than that, he has gone over 500 pretty much every year with every team, everywhere he's been. So for people to think we're only going to win, 6 games like last year, that's crazy. Our defense let them know. And I said this last year, if healthy, our defense wins us 6 games, bro. Easily. You're crazy if you don't think this defense can win us 6 games. Malcolm Kuntz, Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, Adam Butler, who finally got paid and is going to be hopefully playing, with his hair on fire, lights out. Jonah Lalu, Tyree Wilson. Everybody talks about a bust. I'm going to pull it up again because maybe a lot of people missed the video, didn't see the video. Shit, maybe I'll even pull it up here in a second. If you look at his numbers to Jalen Carter, he has 300 less snaps. He has 2 less sacks. He has the same amount of pressures. He is better in the run game. If you don't believe me, ask PFF. Go look at PFF grades. Pay for the app. Compare them yourself. If not, I'll probably do it tomorrow because I don't really know this new fucking configuration I got going on. And I don't want to screw shit up because if you were here in the beginning, it was horrible. Navman, what's good? Jeff, what's good? Appreciate you pulling up. But this team isn't that far away, man. We had an offensive line that everybody said was trash. Yes, they struggled at the beginning of the year to find who was going to play where. But when they found the guys to fit those spots, from December on, we had the 13th best line in the NFL. If you don't believe me, go check PFF grades. If you don't believe that, go check Next Gen Stats. It's out there. So, 13th best after December. That's pretty damn good, right? With 2 rookies that are only going to get better. With Jordan Meredith, second or third year, who's been a guy on the practice squad for 2 years. Only going to get better if he plays. This team is going to be nasty. It's going to be nasty, I'm telling you. Uh, I have no idea where I'm at in this chat. And this one is small. Wait. Holy shit. Oh, I'm not that far. 401 Raider Jeff in the building. What's good? What's good? I like the chat set up on the screen. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out this new setup, and I'm not. I don't know. I haven't really got it out. I had to repostpone my live for an hour because I didn't haven't figured it out. But yeah, I appreciate you noticing, man. Means a lot. Means a lot. Salute to you. And I don't have to pull up, when people say shit and I'm reading it, I don't have to pull it up. It's already on the screen. So kind of like that too. Um, what else we got? In case anyone didn't figure it out. LOL. Oh, yeah. Come on. They should know by now. Guys, press the like button. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like. Rebel, take a blinker. All right. Let's do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, I gotta take the cover off. That's not gonna work. Yeah, long story. A little bit. Oh my god, you're gonna fucking kill me. Okay, that's enough of that. Woo! Wee! Alright, where was I? Damn, Sam. Ah, me too, that's crazy. I think JPJ should be our center for the next 10 years. What I miss? Peaky Sneak fellas. Yeah, so basically, man, with Pete Carroll, with Chip Kelly in the building, you have two guys who have been head coaches, right? How did the Washington Redskins get where they were last year? They went and got a head coach, an offensive coordinator that was a head coach. They went and got a running back coach that used to be a head coach. The Raiders are on that same mode, bro. That fucking hurt. We got guys that have been there, done that. They know how to talk to guys. They know how to get the best of guys. They know how to get guys to play. They're not here to mess around in the first year. And I think if we just hit on the first three draft guys and get some guys in the fifth or sixth round that are, compete for a spot within the first couple weeks, I think this team is scary, scary good. Scary good. If Gino does not turn the ball over, that is the biggest big. SoCal Sal, what's good in the building? Appreciate you pulling up. Finally found my channel. Nice. Uh, so yeah, I think that's huge, man. I think our running game, you can't win in the NFL without a running game. Again, Aiden O'Connell was 6-1 when the Raiders rushed for 100 yards when he started. That's a huge stat. They should have been 7-0 minus a botch snap in Kansas City, where he threw for 340 yards and 2 touchdowns. So with the run game, this team is a totally different team. It opens up Brock Bowers. We're going to have play action. We're going to have zone reads. We're going to have read options. We're going to have hopefully not too many, but probably some design run plays. It's going to be a big difference. I think we're going to run a lot of 12 personnel. You leave a guy like Big Mike Mayer in there to block. Keep Gino in the pocket safe. You run 12 personnel. Maybe we don't need another, too many receivers in this draft. Maybe too many don't make the roster. But a running game changes everything. Whether it's Ashton Jeanty, whether it's my new guy, we'll get to that here in a second. Change my name, prep in case of the BS in the club. What's good? What's good? Rebel, who on the roster is the underrated player on our team? I mean, that's hard to say. It's hard to say, bro. It's the NFL. It's the best of the best. And there's a lot. There's a lot. But are they underrated? Or are they just not get enough burn, If you don't get grass time, you can't perform. To me, right now, and hot take this, record it. It's Tyree Wilson. Tyree Wilson. I don't think Tyree Wilson gets the credit he deserves. Everybody expects him to be this monster, freak of nature that every time he's out there, he gets to the quarterback or he makes a sack or he causes a fumble in the run game. But he's not out there enough to do that. He's not out there enough to get a rhythm. When he was out there enough last year, his game dramatically improved. Go check out his stats. Go look at his numbers on PFF. They were better every game. He was getting pressure on the quarterback. His percentage went up 10% in the run game. Um, you got to have the snaps. You got to have the snaps. So again, he's not going to get those snaps. You're on a team with Christian Wilkins, with Malcolm Kuntz, with Max Crosby. Yes, they're going to have packages. They have third down packages. They have goal line packages. They have packages that they're going to use with different guys. But it's not enough. It's not enough for him to prove whether he was worth the 7th overall pick, in my opinion. But I think he's underrated. I believe if he was on a team where he was, that fifth man in the rotation instead of the 6th or 7th, it would make a huge difference. You can't expect a guy to put up huge numbers or even numbers that are noticeable, for that matter, when you're getting, 300 snaps less than the top guy, Jalen Carter. That's a big difference. A big difference, in my opinion. Navman says Malcolm Kuntz. Malcolm Kuntz is definitely underrated. Look how much this defense fell off without him on the team last year. We took a dramatic drop. Dramatic. We couldn't rush the passer. We didn't get no turnovers. We didn't get no forced interceptions. We didn't get no forced fumbles. We got none of that shit. We were the worst team in the NFL, I think, bottom 3 in turnovers. Horrible. The turnovers the year before, the last 8 games, were mainly Malcolm Kuntz. Go look at the Chiefs game. Go look at the Chargers game. Every game, bro. The last 8 games, Malcolm Kuntz was in the backfield. Every other play, they were double teaming him over Max Crosby. If you don't believe me, go watch all 22 film. So Malcolm Kuntz is way underrated, and I'm so glad they signed him to a 1-year prove-it deal. And if the dude stays healthy, he's going to be a Raider for a long time if they can afford to pay him with Max Crosby, because I know everybody's going to be fucking blah, 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 blah. And I don't care. That's why I'm a rebel. I do the shit my way. I think he has the potential to be just as good, if not better, than Max Crosby. He's faster than Max Crosby. Now, I don't know about the work ethic and all that shit. I don't know, right? But the bend, his get off, the moves he has, they're just growing. The dude is unstoppable. I've seen him beat double teams like it's nothing. He never over rushes the quarterback. He's always on that dude. You never see him get pushed past the quarterback. You never see him run by the quarterback or miss tackles. Dude, Malcolm Kuntz is a dog. He is him for sure. I love the fuck out of that dude. And I'm so glad he's on this team one more year and has a chance to prove himself. But shout out for Nav Man for busting that out. The whole defense is underrated. Jacorian Bennett was one of the top corners in the NFL in the first 6 games last year. His quarterback rating was less than 40%. It was like in the 30s, I do believe, on PFF. That's absolutely nasty for a second-year corner. Drafted in the 4th round. Or 3rd round? I believe 4th round. Maybe 3rd round. I think 3rd round. That's absolutely nasty for that kid to come in that strong. That's Weatherspoon numbers. That's Gonzalez numbers. That's Patrick Surtain numbers. Like, you're holding your quarterback to under 50% QBR, bro. That's nasty work. Now, is he a big play guy? No. That's why most people don't notice him. He doesn't get the recognition he deserves. He could probably work on his tackling a little bit more, and I think with the injury, hopefully coming off of that, that's what he's going to be, focused on, and maybe focused on taking more chances. I would love to see Jacorian Bennett, take a couple more chances if you got the safety behind you, because that safety behind you now is going to have your back, bro. Is not going to be slacking or lagging in coverage. And I'm not talking shit on Trayvon Morig. I'm just saying what I seen on film. He's going to be that guy. He's going to be there behind you. If he knows that it's a zone and you're only covering that guy for 10 yards and you're letting him go, bro, he's going to be there to get your back. Or you can cut on routes. You can cut on outside cut routes. And I want to see more of that from Jacorian Bennett. Also, DeCamerion Richardson. DeCam is going to be nasty under Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is a defensive back coach. He played defensive back, himself. That is his shit. That's what he loves. Just look what he did with Richard Sherman. You got guys that are speed, tall, and lengthy that aren't afraid to hit, that maybe could learn, how to wrap guys up and some tackling drills. But that's why he brought in the staff he did. These guys are nasty. They tackle. They're gonna learn to tackle, right? I've already seen from some of the drills that they've been posting on the YouTube shorts on the Raiders clip. They look way better than the drills we were running last year, right? Some of those drills, fucking man. Sorry, I need to shave my nose hairs or something. It's driving me nuts. Some of those drills just weren't doing it for me last year in camp. But yeah, so Jacorian Bennett, DCam, we got guys that we don't know, like Amari Gaynor, that I think, under Pete Carroll and Patrick Graham, if they just let the guy loose at middle linebacker, because I don't think he's an edge. He's not, he doesn't have enough bend. He's not fast enough. He's not strong enough to play edge, in my opinion. I know he did damn good in college at Carolina, but at Florida State, he was that middle linebacker. That was his shit. He ran the show. So put Amari Gaynor where he's supposed to be, and let's see what he's got. And again, there's just a lot of people underestimating the talent on this team. The talent is there. The talent is there. The reason we didn't win games last year, turnovers, and bad coaching. Coaching had the wrong people in the wrong positions. We had JPJ at guard, both guard positions. We had Cody White here at guard. We put in Andres Pete at tackle. Like, we put Andres Pete in at guard instead of putting Meredith in and giving him a chance early. Like, bad coaching. We're not going to have that shit. Dude, I can't get away from this camera, but this is fucking killing me. We are not going to have that shit this year. We're going to have discipline, accountability, and guys buying in. Yes, they were bought in last year. Yes, they believed in Antonio Pierce, but I don't think he knew how to get the best out of those guys. Or he was too busy. He got caught up in being the friend coach instead of being the disciplinary coach. And you can't go from being a friend to trying to tell people what to do. It's like trying to be a best friend with your kid when he's 5 to 15, and then trying to tell him, you can't act like this, you can't do that. That shit don't work. He's not gonna listen to you. You're his buddy instead of his daddy. So that's my opinion on that. Let me get back to the chat before it gets too deep. Hopefully y'all are talking about yourself. I did love DC while he was here, absolutely. However, once gone, I move forward. Once a Raider, always a Raider on DC for me. He's not gonna be back. If he comes back, it'll be to retire, and I wouldn't hate on that at all, whatsoever. Why does the chat look like it's rolling on here, but it's not moving as good as I thought? I choose not to bother. I choose not to be in others' problems. I have my own to deal with. For sure. Alright, so y'all ain't give me shit to talk about. Alright, so yeah, I mean, again, we have offensive players, that didn't get the chance put in the right spot. I think Trey Tucker was not used correctly. I believe Zamir White was not used correctly. Amir Abdullah in the beginning wasn't used correctly. We seen towards the end of the year when they started using him more as a scat back, that he was producing at least better than anybody else was. So hopefully all that is gone, and I just have a very strong feeling and belief that these coaches know how, and they've proven it. They have a track record of getting the best out of guys late in their career, guys early in their career. Um, Look for guys like Dalton Wagner. You know, maybe they develop that dude into to being the next big left tackle or right tackle. I mean, he is 6'8", 300 and what 30, 40 pounds, a monster of a man. So we have prospects. We have prospects that just haven't been developed, haven't been used, and hopefully we don't lose too many guys on the practice squad this year, because there's a big possibility of that too. There are a lot of guys that I think should be playing. Whether it's one or two downs, one or two downs of possession, or all three downs. There's just a lot of guys I feel that should be in there. We got another bridge quarterback, V Beasley. What's good, my guy? When are we going to learn we need to draft a rookie quarterback that Vegas can connect with and grow the franchise, not to take too many shortcuts and get punished every year? I agree. We do need to draft a quarterback eventually, and we might take one this year. Does it have to be a third round quarter? I mean, does it have to be a first round quarterback for the nation to get behind them? I mean, obviously they don't get behind fourth round quarterbacks. They just have something to do with Aiden O'Connell. But do we have to draft a first round quarterback for him to be the future if he's just going to sit for a year, especially in this draft? I mean, think about it. You get Shador, who many say has no upside. He's pretty much reached his upside. Like, there's no growth. There's no room for potential. Like, that's pretty much what you see is what you get. You're going to take him at 6 and let him sit for a year, maybe 2. To me, that makes no sense. And I don't see Shador having the character to be a backup for a year, let alone 2. Now, could he possibly be the guy to beat Geno? I don't see that. I see him taking 56 sacks. Geno took 50 last year. I see him holding the ball way too long. Geno holds the ball way too long. I see him, trying to make throws that he probably shouldn't make. Hence, 11 interceptions, 15 interceptions. They're like two peas in a pod. Do you take Jackson Dart in the first round? Do you take, Will Howard? Who you taking? Who you taking? Cam Ward? Are we moving up for Cam Ward in the first round? Like, who you got, V Beasley? Let me know. Because I got to know. Who you barfing? Who's barfing? Chucky Smoked in the building. What's good? Appreciate you pulling up. Rebel, would you trade Michael Mayer in a 4th round for an AOC in for a 4th rounder? Hell no. Hell no. Not in a million years, bro. Not in a million years. Michael Mayer was a 2nd round pick. AOC was a 4th. They both have NFL experience. I'm not going to go get a kid that's coming out of college that, might be a guy in a year, or might be a guy in 2 years because he's a 4th round pick. Hell no. That makes no sense at all. No sense at all. Not to me. We need to draft a quarterback every year regardless, but not Shador. Give me one good reason why we don't draft Shador. I just gave you a good reason. I gave you a couple. I don't think he could sit for a year. I'm not paying a quarterback $8 million to sit behind Geno when we just gave him a $66 million guaranteed contract, and a contract worth up to $85 million. Yeah, we can get out of it in 2 years. I get all that. $40 million guaranteed this year. I'm paying a quarterback $40 million guaranteed this year, plus Shador to sit for a year, $8 million. Hell no. Hell no. And again, I don't think he's got the character to sit for a year. It might ruin that kid. It might humble him, and he might, come out and be the best quarterback in the history of the NFL. That could happen. It's happened before. but it could also not. It could also not. Rosetown. Truly, what irritates me the most, someone complaining to be my age acting that way. It explains our country if true. Who are you talking about? Talking about me? Acting what way? No, I'm just fucking with you. That's fucked up. Laughing my ass off for real, bro. It was getting bad. Stop it. I'm sorry. My apologies. Colts won a fourth round for Alex Pierce, wide receiver. Yes or no? Nah, I don't know. Also, not wasting a sixth overall pick on player to sit for 2 years. Yeah, Shador's out the window, bro. Shador's out the window. Now, if the Raiders feel like they could trade back out of the sixth spot to nine, or I don't know why it would be 10. We'll get to that here in a second. Then I don't know. It makes all the sense in the world, right? You have 2 second round picks. You can trade 2 second round picks to get back in the first. I believe you could easily trade 2 second round picks this year, let alone to get back in the first. Now, if you were trying to get up to 15 or 15 to 10, it might be two first and a third, or a third next year, or a player like an Aiden O'Connell or whoever they want to throw out there. I could see that happening. That would definitely make sense. If Gino is worth a third rounder, why is AOC not worth a fourth rounder? AOC is worth a fourth rounder. I'm saying I'm not giving up Aiden O'Connell and Michael Mayer for a fourth rounder. Hell no. They could keep that fourth round pick. That man, you getting into problems again? Leave Beasley alone. What's that man got going on this time? What's that man got going on this time? I don't know how I would do this. I think I have to send it to somebody's email. Don't know, not sure. I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. What is the pounding sound I keep hearing? Oh, the arm hitting the table. Maybe. Should I scoot back? I fucking know, bro. I don't know. But all right. So next things next. Trade options. There is big talk from one person in particular, and possibly some others, that the Chicago Bears, because Ben Johnson, when he got to the Detroit Lions, traded DeAndre Swift away to the Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson is now the head coach of the Chicago Bears. We all know they want a running back, and apparently, from what I gather just from that situation, I don't feel Ben Johnson believes in DeAndre Swift. So, there's been a couple of trades put out there that the Raiders take DeAndre Swift, the Bears 10th, 11th, wherever they pick, I believe is 10. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I'm sure somebody will. Their second round pick and their fourth round pick. 3 round picks this year and DeAndre Swift for our sixth. Now, to me, I'm taking that deal. I'm taking that deal all day. Let them compete. I don't care if we bring in 8 running backs into camp. That's fine. Let them battle it out. Let God and the coaches sort out who should be the guy on this team. I'm not mad at that. I think that would be the best case scenario. DeAndre Swift, I think, still has a little bit in the tank. If anything, he could be a guy that gives you reps if you're, having long drives and your number one guy gets tired. You could be a third down guy. It depends. But to me, that makes sense. Let me know y'all thoughts. Would you trade our 6th round pick, swap picks with Chicago, We get their second, we get their fourth, and DeAndre Swift. Let me know in the comments below. Yes or no? Would you make this trade? Rebel, your thoughts on shortening up fourth string tight end? Oh, on shorter the fourth string tight end? I believe he competes for the roster. I think we need three guys. He was a tight end. I mean, he was a wide receiver that they converted to tight end. If my memory serves me correct. So he has that wide receiver capability. Obviously, he didn't have that get off or that first quick step or the breakaway speed. So they've moved him to tight end. So I think it's a valuable spot. We're gonna have three either way, I believe. Dang, no for Swift. Who said no? Raph in the building. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. What's good? What's good? Y'all go check out Raph's channel. Y'all go check out Jeff's channel. If you're Raider fans, if you're new, if you don't already subscribe. SoCal says, throw in Sincere and Tyree too. Trade package deal. You mean just to get rid of them to the Bears? Or did I miss something? Did I miss another trade package? You are hearing Rebel Nation heart pounding, right? That's probably my heart pounding for the nation. Just saying. Fuck, I don't know, bro. Oh, it might be my mom's. I'm still on vacation, so I'm at sister's house. Mom lives here, so it might be mom going in and out of her room. She's not very quiet. There could possibly be the banging sound also. I don't know. Samir can just roll down the road and find a nice home on this trip. Well, that is not nice. Bro, mark my words. You heard it here first. The only content creator that believes in Zamir White. And I'm going to stand on that shit until he proves me wrong. Now, if he gets reps and he doesn't do shit, then I'll say I was wrong. But I just don't feel I am. I feel in this system with Chip Kelly, Zamir White is going to be a very, very, very nasty asset for us. He's powerful. He's strong. Strong legs. If they could just teach him to keep moving his feet and use that strength, put him in certain situations where he don't have to use his vision. He's not having to juke guys, right? We just need his power. We just need his power. Whether it's his speed to the outside, whether it's power to the inside. We forget the running back coach we got killed it last year for Notre Dame. Jordan Love was a monster. Go watch him before he came to Notre Dame with our running back coach. I can't think of his name right now. But this dude is going to make these guys beasts, right? I'm telling you, these guys are going to run hard. Everything about them is going to get better. We have a damn good running back coach this year. And I thought we had one last year, but no. Time for a blinker. We should draft who? Rahola? Chucky Smoke was good. Appreciate you popping in the building. Let me get to this chat. There he is. That dude. Hope from Shiny Toy. Here we go again. He's lucky he's still here. Come on, man. Just be legit. Legit. As long as you ain't trolling. Samir be great fullback. And that's another thing I was going to say is we don't have a fullback. We do know that Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly, well, not Chip Kelly as much because they use two running backs, but prefer somebody to open holes, pause if necessary, somebody to open the lanes, right? Could be a damn good possibility. You have a fullback that could be some of the greats. I don't know, just slipped my mind. Marquise fucking what you know what I mean. But yeah, as a fullback, bro, he could be crazy good with 4.3, 4.4 speed out of the backfield. he would be nasty as a fullback. Now, hopefully somebody thinks of that or just uses him in that position, right? Let's run some I formations, especially on short yardage, second and one, second and two or three. Use that fullback, whether it's Michael Mayer, whether it's Zamir. He's pretty decent in pass pro. He's not bad. Those short arms kind of get him blown up a little bit, in my opinion. But I think we could use him good. Uh, I think we could use him damn good at that position. 10 snaps a game. I mean, you got to produce first. But yeah, I think if you give him 10 snaps a game, he's not going to produce. I've said this about Zamir White. He gets better as he carries the ball. And a lot of running backs do. Travis Henry, Saquon Barkley. I'm not comparing him to them, but I'm just saying some of the great ones, it takes them a minute to get they got to get hit a couple times, right? They got to break one before it fucking clicks or whatever their motor gets going. I don't know what the scenario is. But what I've seen from watching a lot of tape on Zamir White is he's better even in college. The more carries he gets, the better he gets. Now, he's not going to have that opportunity unless somebody gets hurt because we're probably going to draft a running back. Some say very high. Some say maybe, second or third round. Stay tuned because I got a scenario for that. It's not Ashton Jeanty. I got another scenario that y'all ain't gonna want to miss because I think it's a fire take. But I think we can use Zamir White. Like Nabman saying, 10 carries a game. Maybe he might produce a little bit depending on the situation. If it's goal line, if it's short yardage, he might be able to pick up those plays, especially having a mobile quarterback. If not, it'll open up, Gino to read option or fucking play action, all kinds of shit that could open up. So I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I think the running back room is already way better than it was last year. You could say what you want about Mostert, but he did have 21 touchdowns in a season in Miami's offense. Now, he's not probably going to run that same offense, but it's pretty damn close with Chip Kelly, right? He loves to run the rock. He loves to pass out of the backfield. So he's going to get opportunities. A lot of his touchdowns were not on the ground. They were out of the backfield catching the ball from Mostert. He's going to get those opportunities. Dylan Labe is going to get those opportunities out of the backfield. All these running backs, especially in preseason, you're going to see preseason. I mean, probably not. They're not going to show their hands, so they're not going to run what we're going to run during the season. But they're going to run some plays to see what these kids have. And watch, mark my words, we're going to see a different running back room, a way different running back room. Samir couldn't find a Grand Canyon if we dropped it off of him. Come on, man. That's bullshit. Go watch his college film. He was a dog in Georgia. He killed it for us the last 4 games of the season. Like, we played some tough teams. He ran for over 100 yards. The man had 420 something yards in 4 games. Like, he's got to be in that system. That's what Chip Kelly's system is. It's going to be power zone. It's going to be power run schemes. That it fits him. It fits him a lot. But we'll see. We'll see. Letting go of Josh Jacobs was dumb. I mean, it was, but let's move on from Josh, right? He's doing good in Green Bay. Let's wish him the best. Let's move on from these players from the past, bro. Derek Carr's gone. Josh Jacobs is gone. We made stupid decisions. He's going to be good. This new regime is going to get a new running back. And since we're on that, I'm going to stop right there and talk about this. Now, I know I'm on that Ashton Jeanty train, bro. I was, if not the, damn it, this fucking table, stop hitting that. If not the, I was up there with the first guys talking about Ashton Jeanty being drafted at 6 overall, and people said I was crazy. They still say I'm crazy. That's fine. I ain't fucked up about it. I'm still gonna roll with the Ashton Jeanty train. He is the best running back in this draft. There's no doubt about it. However, there is a very close second, and it's not Omarion Hampton. It is not. And I probably should have started with that because that probably would have been my hook to the fucking beginning. And there are probably more people in here. But it is not Omarion Hampton. It is Travion Henderson by 100,000 times, bro. If he is not Jahmyr Gibbs in his first 2 years, remind me about this shit. I might quit this job because I don't know shit about football. And I probably shouldn't be a YouTube content creator, if I don't know shit about football. And there's probably some out there that should probably do the same. I'm not saying names. I love every one of y'all. But if you don't know what the hell you're talking about up here, you probably shouldn't be up here. So if it doesn't happen, I might just retire from this shit in 2 years. But I'm telling you, Travion Henderson is every single bit of Jahmyr Gibbs. The way he's, the way he squeezes through holes, gets skinny, runs with low center of gravity, his contact balance, his run after the catch ability, his big play ability. With any single time he touches the ball, it's a touchdown. It's a huge chance to be a touchdown. It's probably more of a 70% chance of being a 20-yard play or a touchdown, than it is 30% being a negative play. He don't have very many negative plays, and he does not fumble the ball. He did not fumble the ball one time last year. So this is my take. Right? Everybody wants Ashton Jeanty. If you want Ashton Jeanty at 6, come get him. If you're the Chicago Bears, but if you're the Chicago Bears, I don't see you trading for Ashton Jeanty when you have Ben Johnson, who just became the Chicago Bears head coach. Ben Johnson was a huge part of drafting Jahmyr Gibbs in the first round. And everybody said Detroit is not in a place to draft a quarterback or a running back in the first round. Detroit does not have the team. They have too many holes. They already have a running back in Montgomery. David Montgomery is the running back. Why would you draft Jahmyr Gibbs? Everybody talks shit. And if I have to, I'll pull it up on one of these lives. If you want to see it, I'll pull up everybody's fucking live saying, this dude is not him. This dude is not, why would you draft this dude? They're not in a position to take a running back. They took a running back, and Jahmyr Gibbs ran with that shit. He's been the best running back, top 3 in my opinion. Every year he's been in the league, even his rookie year, and he shut everybody up and silenced all the critics saying you don't take a running back in the first round, in my opinion. Travion Henderson is the same flipping way. He runs with the same attitude. His football knowledge, his vision is scary. His hands are elite, in my opinion. Holding on to the ball, not fumbling the ball. So here's my thing. If you're the Chicago Bears and Ben Johnson, why the hell are you trying to trade up for an Ashton Jeanty when you can take Travion Henderson in the first round at 10? And yes, in the first round at 10. There's no way you could tell me he's not a first round pick. And anybody that's done tape, they have him low, back into the first round, beginning of the second round, very high in the second round. I don't see him making it out of the second round. Out of the first round, if he does make it out of the first round, dude, teams really do draft bad, because if you draft a Omarion Hampton even over this kid, you're making a franchise mistake, bro. Travion Henderson is every bit of a first round pick, and he's gonna be up there with Jahmyr Gibbs, with LT. Dude, he's a franchise guy. He can carry the load, positive, necessary, all 3 downs. He can pass block. He can do it all. Now he can work on some of that shit a little bit. Who can't? But this dude is a flipping monster. So if I'm the Raiders, what I'm saying is, if all these teams draft bad and Travion Henderson is there in the second round, you take him right away. You run to the podium. You trade up with Cleveland Brown to the first pick in the second round if you have to, because he's not making it to us at 37. There's no flipping way in hell. And again, like I said, I might retire from this shit, but there's no way in hell this dude that if he does make it that far, teams are they're missing out. I'm telling you. I watched hours and hours of this kid, games and games yesterday. Every time he touches the ball, it's scary, bro. he's freakish. He's freakish, and you can put him in a tier up there with Ashton Genty. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. Like I had him in a tier all alone by himself, but he's not that far off. Like if I graded Genty at probably like a 92 or something, bro, Travion Henderson's got to be up there like a 90, 91, 91 and a half. The kid is freakish. I mean, everything about him, his build, his height, his size, his speed, the dude is nasty. So again, what I'm trying to get to is if somebody wants Ashton Genty or they want Shedeur and they want that sixth round pick, that sixth overall pick, come get it. Take whatever you can, get more picks. Because if you fall back to 9, to 10, to 11, 12, 13, and you take a guy like Nick Emmanwori, depending on where you fall, like 15 or say 13 to 20, Quinshawn, uh, uh, Quinshawn Mitchell went, what, 23? 23 last year? I would take Emmanwori somewhere in there or before that. So depending on where you trade back, you take an Emmanwori and a Trayvon Henderson in a second round. This team is playoff bound in the first, and then you get a guy like a Trey Amos at corner in the third. Bro, this team is freakishly good. Or if you don't go that route, say you take a Jahad Campbell at 9, he's definitely worth that pick. 100,000, 100,000,000%. I don't care what anybody says. Definitely worth that pick, Jahad Campbell. You could take Jalen Walker there. You have your linebacker for the future for many years, Fred Warner. Like he changes our defense. Our defense goes from top, from somewhere in 15 to 10 to top 5 easily, just with that one player. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. But let's get to the chat. Rebel, that is bullshit. You never stop. I got you, bro. What? Teasing is part of it. Yeah, I'm not supposed to stop, am I? I'm on a live stream. um, Rebel Henderson will go 10th to the Bears. That's what I'm saying, bro. If they don't take him at 10, dude, I'm telling you, pull up the receipts. All right, we'll pull up receipts. I'm gonna have to go back and watch a hell of a lot of videos, but yeah, everybody was bitching about Jahmyr Gibbs being taken in the first round, and even before that, all the talk was saying he's not a first round pick. He wasn't even a talk in any Raiders shit that I remember. Like nobody was even talking about taking this dude. When folks can argue with you, just means people are here to argue with you. That man, unless it's money, Chuck, he gets blocked. Unless it's money, Chuck. I'm confused. No issues with that dude. He has issues with me for some reason. I don't know why. Well, let's straighten it out. Money Chuck, what is your issues with Navman? Money Chuck, you still in the building? Money Chuck. Chuck 1, Chuck 2. Hut. Where he at? Let's squash this shit. Cause man, we all Raider fans, right? This family right here. Family. See that? Family? Yeah. Raiders family, yo. Let's squash that shit. It's all good. If we don't agree, we could still be friends. Bro. Where's the love? Where's the love? Fuck the love at. Navman, you need to bring him on your live when you start your channel and let bygones be bygones. I'll pull both of you up right now. Y'all want to come on the channel? You want to squash that shit? Y'all want to talk about it? Y'all can't be yelling though. You got to be civil. Like, I mean, if it gets crazy, it gets crazy. But I ain't fucked up about it. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit going. He accepts no apologies. That's a hard man right there, bro. Pause if necessary. That man says he tried. Alright, well, I don't know. Maybe one day I could get who are we even talking about? Fuck, I forgot. Money Chuck? Is it Money Chuck? Y'all had this shit going on for a minute, right? I don't know. I try to stay out of people's dramas, but since you're in my chat in this drama, then I'm gonna try to fix it if I can. I don't even see Money Chuck in here. Where the fuck is he? Oh, there he is. Nope. I see Chuck Smoke. I don't see a Money Chuck. Am I confused? My fucking. All right, back to the show. I don't know what's going on. Rosetown 707 in the building. Haha, you wish. And you, I'm bueno. Oh fuck, my phone's gonna die and I'm not gonna have a chat. Holy shit. Alright, so there's no problems and I don't even know what's going on. But back to the chat. Rebel Mostert, White, McCormick, Lobby compared to Madison, Abdullah, McCormick, White. Which room is better? This room is way better, bro. This room is way better. We have guys that can create. They can create with their vision, they can create with their speed. They've been in the league before. They've done this. And I said it when we drafted Madison. And go back and watch film. It's not hard to find. It's probably right there in the title, me bitching about him. When we signed the dude, I said, why are we bringing a guy that had, no touchdowns except for receiving? He had 3 touchdowns, 3 fumbles, like 3 receiving touchdowns, 3 fumbles. He had, as a starter, 700 yards. Like, what did we think we were going to get from him? He had a way better team in Minnesota before he came here. So what did we actually think we were going to get with Madison? I knew we were doomed from the get. As soon as Zamir White got hurt, we were done. Now, a lot of people talk shit about Zamir White. He had a hamstring and a hip injury last year, and he got hurt in training camp. So the dude was never really 100%. And he tried to, come in and be that guy, and we had to go with Madison, and then that didn't work, and they just kept sticking with him. So we have guys that are going to make plays. Madison just never fit the scheme. He didn't fit Getsy's scheme. I don't even know who brought him in. I think that was more a Coupon Tom. And I said it from the day we hired Coupon Tom. He's sabotaging this fucking team, bro. You do not hire a general manager from a team in the division. That's good. You make. All right, I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna get off Coupon Tom because I could go on that shit all day. But I said from the day one he was hired, bro, this is a stupid move by Mark Davis. It was dumb. Antonio Pierce cost the dude his job. If it wasn't for Antonio Pierce and the Raiders beating the Chargers by 64 points or putting up 64 points on them, he might still have a job, in my opinion. Like, if they would have won that game, could have turned their season around. They might have won some games. He might still be there. Like, you don't bring in a guy that to be over the guy that got you fired. That was the stupidest shit Mark Davis has ever done in franchise history. It was never going to work. And I believe Coupon Tom just, I don't think he was generally trying to sabotage the team because he has a job to do. But I just don't think him and AP was never on the same page, and he didn't give AP what he want, like he said in his interviews. Oh, AP says the guy he wants, and I go and get him for him. No. That shit didn't happen, bro. It didn't happen like that at all. I don't believe AP, and I could be wrong. I'm just speculating. I don't believe AP ever wanted Gardner Minshew to start, and that cost us. It cost us a lot. But back to the show. My problem with Genty is that his trade was used during college. I mean, what running backs aren't, right? Coming out of college, these guys get abused unless you're Travion Henderson that split time with Judkins and you didn't have to carry the ball that much, right? You ran for 1,000 yards, plus with a bunch of receiving yards. Crazy numbers you put up with a guy taking most of your reps. So, other than those guys, Marion Hampton has just as much wear and tear. Caleb Johnson took a beating in Iowa, bro. That dude took, Devin Neal. All these guys you can name. Damian Martinez took a pounding, bro. That dude was a rock last year for Miami. And call it what you want, would say it was all Cam Ward. Bullshit. If they didn't have Damian Martinez, Cam Ward would not be a number one pick. I guarantee you right now, there was no way that dude they won the games that they won without Damian Martinez. He was a huge part of that offense. He was the rock in that shit. So, that dude has wear and tear too. And I would love Damian Martinez to be a Raider if they don't take Genty at one. But how do y'all feel? Let me know, how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about taking a linebacker if he's there? If we trade at a six, or even if we don't trade at six, say we pick at six. How do y'all feel about taking a Jahad Campbell from Alabama linebacker? How do you feel about Jalen Walker? Are my favorite, just because I think he's the best corner in this draft, and I'm gonna stand on that shit. Mark my words, he'll have the best numbers no matter what team he goes to next year. Jahdae Barron. I would take Jahdae Barron at 6 in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. No hesitation. Run to the podium. But how do y'all feel about that? Would you take one of those guys? Or, whoever your guy is. Travis Hunter, if he's there. Jalen Carter, or not Jalen Carter. Abdul Carter has fell in the last 4 mock drafts. Dude, the last mock draft I did, not to change the subject, but let me know in your comments. Would y'all be cool if the Raiders took a linebacker or a corner at 6 and took our running back in the second round, or traded back up in the first to get him if TreVeyon Henderson was that guy? Because I don't see him making it past the Bears at 10. If he does, he's not making it past the Steelers, who just got rid of their running back. There's a lot of teams. TreVeyon Henderson is not making it past the first round. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Like I says, pull up the receipts. We'll get on that. How did I go backwards in the chat? The fuck? He's not here. I tried. Oh, well, at least you tried to resolve shit. That's always good, man. All you could do is try, right? Not sure why that dude is such a prick. I haven't do anything around. He creates all kind of bullshit. Well, that's not good. That's not good. Why Telesco and AP were never on the same page, but Spytek and Pete are there what it takes to be winners. They are 100% on the, you can see them when they talk about each other, how their eyes light up. That's a key factor in that the dude that he's working with, he's very, very happy with. Now, last year when I seen Tom Telesco get asked about AP, demeanor says a lot. Posture says a lot about somebody, and when their whole demeanor changes when you mention somebody's name, their eyes, like everything, and believe me if you want to or not. I'm just saying that those dudes were never on the same page, and I just don't think they ever connected. But Pete Carroll and Spytek are totally different. When they ask Spytek about Pete Carroll, his eyes light up, like he can't wait to get to work with this guy and see what he has as being his head coach. So I think it's a match made in heaven, and I can't wait. And again, those 6.5 wins is bullshit. Minimum 9 wins. I'm putting it out there now. Before camp, before all that shit, even with Geno's, if he throws 21 turnovers, minimum 9 wins. 9 wins. Mimbu or trade back. Shiloh at 6. Yep, I'd take Shiloh at 6, dude. Like, in a heartbeat. Have you seen him play safety? He runs a 4.46. Like, bro, he's way better than Eman Wari. He's way better than Xavier Watts. I'm fucking shut the fuck up, dude. Come on, stop. Mimbu or trade back? Oh no, knees nuts. Shout out, appreciate you popping up in the building. 8 or 9 wins for sure, depending on the draft. I'm not even going there. Just with the staff we got and the players we have in the building, and what I know we're gonna get from the draft, players that are gonna compete, that are gonna make this team better, that love ball, that have high character, that are gonna be in the playbook, that are gonna learn this shit right away. They're not gonna be, fumbling around when they get their chance to, what play am I supposed to fucking run? Who do I cover? Who's guys who? Which we seen a lot of last year. Like, come on, let's be honest. in the backfield with Trayvon, with Harper, with Sam Webb, with Jack Jones. How many plays can you name off the top of your head? Because I'm thinking of 10 minimum just in 2 games where those dudes look completely lost. Like guys looking over their shoulder at the guy like, why aren't you covering that guy when he's blitzing and there's nobody over there to look over at? He's looking over expecting somebody to be there. There was a lot of bad miscommunication last year. I don't see that happening this year. I don't see that. If you're not gonna be on the team, if you don't know what the hell's going on, if you don't know your assignment, and you're not healthy enough or stay healthy enough to compete and to be on this roster, that you're not gonna be here. Like they want guys that stay healthy. Why they went and got Chin. You can question the Eric Stokes and the what's the other dude? Not Harper. The hell's the other safety we got out of Carolina? The other former first round pick that I think is gonna be just crazy, crazy good. Just got done hitting it, doggy. Oh, nice, nice. What you smoking on? Chucky smoked them. Um, I don't see us drafting at 6 unless Carter falls to us. I see Sanders, Genty in our lap, and we can bargain deep. Promote. I mean, I see them both in our lap too. I don't see Genty. There's something telling me that one of these teams, the surprise in this draft, is going to be Ashton Genty going before he gets to us. Whether it's New England, which you could say is crazy, but what better way to help your quarterback, your rookie quarterback, Drake May, than to pair him up with the best running back in this draft, in the last 20 drafts, possibly, last 30 drafts, maybe. Not named Jahmyr Gibbs, because nobody's Jahmyr Gibbs. Come on. So yeah, I mean, I can see him moving on from both of those guys if somebody wants to trade up to get him. But I can also see him, taking Ashton Genty if he's there. And I can also see a team like Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville, you know, Eoteen's on his rookie contract or on his rookie contract year. So they could easily, decline that 5th-year option and move on from him. Go get somebody that's going to help, not probably protect Trevor Lawrence, but it's going to take a load off his shoulders. At least 2 plays every series because you're going to be giving it to Ashton Genty. He's not going to have to pass so much, which is going to make him a way better quarterback. And it's going to do the same thing in New England with Drake May. Like, you're going to take a load off that dude's shoulders. Drake May's life is going to be so easier having Ashton Genty. Team's going to have to stack the box, prepare every single game for Ashton Genty out of the backfield, up the middle, down the sidelines. I could see teams going up for him. He's not even close the top 3 player in this draft. And a top 3 player usually doesn't fall to 6 unless somebody takes 2 or 3 quarterbacks in a row, or 3 quarterbacks in a row, which that's not going to happen this year. There's not going to be 3 defensive linemen. There's not going to be 3 wide receivers. There's not going to be 3 of anything in a row. But I could see a scenario where Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders, and Ashton Genty, yes, all 4 are sitting there at 6. And I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but somebody bookmarked this shit. Raiders Rebel says there's a scenario where all 4, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Ashton Genty, are all sitting there at 6. Ask me how if you want to know. Before this phone dies, just whack it on the next one. Genty is there at 6. He will be there at 9. Maybe not. Maybe the Bears move up to get him. Maybe 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 the Steelers. Look, the Steelers don't usually trade in the first round. Mike Tomlin's job is on the line. Another hot take. Mike Tomlin's job could be on the line, right? They make the playoffs every year. They lose in the first round. They haven't done shit in 10 years. Like, they make the playoffs, but they don't go nowhere. Mike Tomlin has to do something drastic, and he doesn't have a quarterback. He doesn't have a running back. How you going to fix all that? Like, what are you going to do right now? Are you going to draft Shador and then take a running back in the later rounds? Like, you didn't get one in free agency. They never trade in the first round. They never make any crazy splashes. I could see this be the one time that the Steelers say, damn, there's a running back in a Marion Hampton. There's a running back in Trayvon Henderson. There's a running back in Ashton Genty. You know, there's a quarterback in Jackson Dart. There's a quarterback in Shador Sanders. Do they possibly trade picks next year? Because come on, they're there every year. What do you need to get over the hump? You need star players on offense. Their defense is solid. Their defense keeps them in every game. If you don't trade TJ Watt, which would be insane, you go get a player like a Shador Sanders or a Jackson Dart in the first round. Maybe you trade up. Maybe they trade up to 6 or to 9 or to 10 and grab a player there and keep their pick at 21 and take a receiver, or they don't need a receiver, take a running back or a quarterback there. Dude, the Steelers could do that shit. The Atlanta Falcons only have 4 or 5 picks. I mean, there's teams that could easily offer them first round next year or 3 picks in this draft to move up into the first round, where they just move back, pick in the second, third, and fourth. Like, there's a lot of scenarios in this draft where I don't think anybody is even close to the first 6 picks, in my opinion, at all. Like, in my opinion, somebody could think, um, what was it? Oh, how about this scenario? How about this scenario? Cleveland hasn't had a dominant linebacker in many, many years. They have a dominant defensive tackle. They have a quarterback that says he's coming back to play. He's going to be out for vengeance. So, Deshaun Watson. Do they take a Jalen Walker at number 2? Cleveland drafts bad. They make crazy decisions. Could they take they pick the first pick of the second round? Do they take a quarterback there? Do they do some crazy shit and take a corner or a linebacker at that spot at number 2? It could very well happen. They could easily be like, Jalen Walker is the best linebacker we've seen in a long time. He's going to help our defense, shut on that front 7, shut down the run, stop plays over the middle. You have a lot of picks. They have the most picks in this draft. They could do some crazy shit like that. They've done crazier shit and taken way worse players. If that happens, then you have a linebacker going at 2. Who do you got at 3? What did the Jets do? Do they take a quarterback? Do they take Travis Hunter? Do they take Abdul Carter? Like, do they take a Mason Graham? There's a lot of players still left on the board at 3. Say they go lineman. Say they go Will Campbell there. Then you still have all those players left on the board. Say they go Will Johnson. Maybe the Jets need a shutdown corner. They have, they went and got Russell Wilson or, whatever they got at quarterback. Maybe they feel, damn, we don't need to go quarterback. Let's protect the quarterback that we just paid $10 million. Let's go get our offensive lineman of the future, or let's go get a corner in Will Johnson. Maybe they think that's the best guy. Maybe they go Will Johnson 3. So right there, you got none of the top projected first 4 picks going, right? Could happen. Then you have New England. Maybe New England wants Genty. Maybe New England takes, Will Campbell. That still leaves Abdul Carter. That still leaves Ashton Genty. That still leaves Shador Sanders. That still leaves T-Mac. That still leaves Abdul Carter. It could easily go like that. Like, Carter's had the questions with his foot. Maybe People are seeing guys like George Grant that could possibly you could get in the second round, a first round talent that is possibly possibly easy gonna fall. So there's a lot of ways we could go. This phone is gonna die. It's gonna suck. Um, Desperation creates teams reaching for needs. 100%. Needs nuts 12. Couldn't have said it better myself. Scary Phantom. Travis won't be there at 6. Laughing my ass off. You don't know that, bro. You do not know that. You do not know that. Not all these teams need a corner. Not all these teams need a receiver. Not all these teams are willing to take a corner or a receiver that high. I think he has, has girl problems and maturity problems. He wants to play both ways. There's a lot of teams that aren't willing to let him play both the ways. He's told teams, do not draft me if you're not going to let me play both sides. Does that defer teams from drafting him? I believe so. I believe 100%. If a guy does not want to be drafted and he tells you, maybe that's what that noise was, my bad. If a guy does not want to be drafted because he wants to play both positions and he tells you, do not draft me unless you want me to play, unless you're going to let me play both sides, teams might not like that demand. He's also said and gone out on a limb and said, Roger Goodell better say Travis Hunter wide receiver and corner. Like, who the fuck does this kid think he is, bro? Has anybody ever said, Roger Goodell better say this? He better do this. He better do that. Like, that might have some teams out on this kid that, I'm telling you, just what I think. And again, I could be wrong. I could be right. We don't know. We'll know on draft day here in 2 weeks. Couple Thursdays, 2 Thursdays away, right? We will find out. I don't know what the fuck is tickling my face, but it's pissing me off. The ringleader of drama, he loves it. What's he doing now? Oh, he's just trolling, bro. Just trolling. Let the man troll. As long as it's fun trolling and he ain't starting shit with everybody, it's good. They grabbing talent at wide receiver or running back. Who? The Raiders? In the first? I don't see that. I don't see first round talent in the first. I mean, I take that back. I see about 6 guys that are first round talent, but not at 6. Not even T Mac's not even in my first round. I got y'all different and shit. All right, what in the fuck is on me? What was that? What the hell that noise was? Oh, appreciate it. Shout out for the $1.99 super chat. My guy says hit the blinker. Well, I mean, when you say it like that. Damn. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to get me tore up in here. All right. Yee. As a Raider fan, if Shador and Genty are still there at 7, who do you want? Crooked Commish. Love the name. Shout out, man. It's your first time to the channel. I appreciate you pulling up. I'd take Genty all day. It's not even a question. I'm running to the podium. Again, I don't believe TreVeyon Henderson makes it out of the first round. That's why you take Genty, because you're left with Caleb Johnson. I'm just not. He could probably be a decent running back, close to 1,000 yards. He's not gonna be an Ashton Genty. He's not. And the difference of taking him at 6 or taking that guy in the 3rd, I'd rather have Genty at 6. If we can't trade back, trading back just has always made the most sense since we got Pete Carroll. Since day one, I said the Raiders aren't picking at 6. Don't believe me? Go watch the very first live when Pete Carroll was hired. I said Raiders aren't picking at 6. I didn't believe Ashton Genty would catch this much fucking traction. And after watching his film and stats, he's got to be 6. He's got to be 6, right? If you don't have trade partners. But they're still, again, Jahad Campbell. Appreciate you, my guy. What's good, Roast Town with the $1.99 super. Appreciate it, appreciate it. If y'all like to become a member to the channel, I don't have the link up, so I'm slacking on that. But you can become members now. So if you want to grow with Raider Rebel, become a member of the Unleashed family. Raider Unleashed family. I think that's what it's named. I don't know. Fucking smoking blinkers. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all showing love. Keeping the lights on in the building. Steelers got Wilson and Fields. No, they don't. They're both gone. They both got. They don't have either one. Matter of fact, Chunky smoked. You've been smoking, bro. They don't have those dudes no more. Hunter and Abdul will be top 3 or 4 picks. They could be. They could be. But again, there could be teams very high on a tight end. Colton Loveland. Nasty, nasty work. The tight end, the other tight end, Penn State tight end. There's some tight ends that are Brock Bowers kind of special. And there's some teams like the Patriots, like Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, they could use a guy, man. You know, Jacksonville could use a guy like Darren Waller, man. They could use a guy like him, bro. That's my shitty ass Gruden impression. But don't sleep on one of these tight ends creeping up into the top 5. Look at what Brock Bowers did. Look at the numbers he put up. Look at the athleticism from some of these guys that, you know, you can line up at quarterback. You can line up at fullback. You can put them at the X receiver. You can put them in to block. They can do everything. They are athletic freaks of nature. If you think one of these tight ends are not going in the top 10, you lost your ever-loving mind after what Brock Bowers slipped to 13 last year. I guarantee you, there is a tight end going in this top 10. I almost damn guarantee it. I'm telling you. If there's not, that would be the surprise of the draft, in my opinion. There's too many teams in the top 10. There's too many teams in the top 10 that need weapons, and there is no better weapons than either one of those two tight ends from either one of those teams. So would be nasty. And I know the Patriots have my boy from Arkansas. I can't even think of his name right now. Navman with the $5 holler. Appreciate you, my brother. What's he got to say? Let me read that real quick. Red, to be clear, everyone's take has attention. Nobody is wrong or right at this point. Respect to all opinions is important. Raiders. I respect everybody's opinion. But if you're asking me a question, then I have to answer the question. I'm not disagreeing with anybody's takes. But if it's in a question form, then, you know, I have to give mine, right? Right? So, if I disrespected anybody's take or opinion, I apologize. What do you think of Denver? Oh, wait. I gotta go back up to these before I forget all this shit. Dude, this shit tickling my nose is going to drive me nuts. If y'all see a hair sticking out of my nose and haven't told me, I'm gonna be pissed. Because I can't see with these shitty glasses. I'm just saying. Won't be there. Desperation. Fuck, where was I? In Cleveland's best interest, to go best player available. However, we are talking Cleveland, right? Ward, Carter, Sanders, Hunter, and Graham top five. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I mean, it could happen again, and maybe this is what Nabman's referring to, but I just don't believe so. And as a content creator, that's what I'm supposed to do, is give my opinion and my take when I read people's shit. So that could be. It very well could be. I just don't see Sanders being a top five. One, two, three, four, five. So if that's the case, Rosetown, and Sanders goes 3, that leaves um both tackles and Will Johnson. Who you taking? And Ashton Jeanty. Who you taking then? 11 days. 11 days to the draft. Always has my back. I love this. Just late to the party, Rebel. What am I talking about? How am I late to the party? What'd you say, Rose? In Cleveland's best interest. I don't know. I'm missing it. Bro choking. Hell yeah, bro. That blinker was nasty. Fucking lemon kush gelato with live no, not live rosin, but supposed to be rosin. So yeah, that shit's rough. It hurts. Ain't gonna lie. Oh, okay. Maybe I misread that then, cause I was confused as fuck. But, to be clear, hey, damn it, fucking desk, my bad. Do you like big boogers or small burgers? Is the question. You have to answer it. Um, oh, big bodies or small? I don't know why I said boogers. I'm blind as fuck. Do you mean offensive linemen? Are you talking women? Are we talking football? What are we talking here? That's probably why I see the booger. I seen a booger and was reading bodies, had me all jacked up. I see a booger up in there. That's fucked up. Do you really? Man, that's messed up. I'm gonna have to block this cam. Hold up. Fucking give me a minute. How do I block this? Oh,
the autumn wind is a pirate.
Hey, can y'all hear that?
Blustering in from sea, with a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather beaten. He wears a hooded...
That's supposed to be the secret new live fucking intro. But could y'all hear it? Hold up. I can fucking tell myself. Oh, I can hear it. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Y'all don't know how excited I am, bro. For the last fucking like 24 hours. Oh my god, dude. I've been doing everything trying to figure out why the fucking sound will not come out on this video. Dude. Yes. Yes. Alright, so the next live, we'll have the new intro. Y'all gotta tell me what you think. I put a little bit of work into it. I didn't pay no editor. I ain't about all that shit. I do everything myself here. Nobody works for me. So, for an old man, it took a lot of work, bro. It took a lot of work, but I think I did a pretty decent job. You know, I had to clip a couple things from other shit here and there, but we will reveal that tomorrow, live tomorrow. The revealing of Raider Unleashed new intro, and fuck yeah, I'm stoked that he had sound, cause, bro, hell yeah, hell yeah. Oh my ears. What? Nah, man. You made him in the stream. Did I end the stream? I didn't end the stream. What are you talking about, bro? That's crazy talk. Beautiful. Yeah, that's fucking good. Oh, all right. Where are you from? Where am I from? I'm a Cali boy, born in Norwalk Hospital, Cali boy. Moved to Vegas. Actually moved to Big Bear, California, second grade. Then lived in Lucerne Valley, lived in Barstow, lived in Victorville, lived in Apple Valley. Ended up in Vegas, where I spent most of my life. There in Arkansas, back and forth with mom and dad. So I'm in Arkansas right now. That's why I have an accent, a little bit of twang, a little bit of swang. You know, I got a little bit of that country. Got a little bit of that country. Got a little bit of that hip hop. But yeah, that's where I'm from. What else? What else? LOL. Good luck with the music. I used the same one before and got flagged. What the fuck? That's bullshit. I've used it on every one of my videos for a long time on my intros, and they haven't got flagged, but that one. But damn it, if they do, I'm gonna be pissed because I worked so hard on this shit. Fuck my life. Thanks for bringing me down, Jeff. Thanks. Thanks. Fucking thanks. Thanks. You see me get all excited like the Raiders just scored a touchdown or drafted Jahad Campbell at 6 or Eman Wari at 13 or 14, 17. And then you just bring me down. Fuck you, redneck. It is red, bro. It is red. Well, that's from crawling out of a house fire, so kiss my ass with your disrespect. Fucker. Fuck. I really need an answer to my question from Reb. Sorry, what's your question, Nav? Fuck, where's it at? My bad, my bad. Get up in there and get that booger out. Is that the question? Pick a booger? On live? Bro, that's nasty, bro. I don't do that. I gotta blow my nose and use like toilet paper. You digging all up in my shit. What's wrong with you? Dig up in your nose on live. How much you gonna pay me? I'll dig in this bitch. $100 super chat. I will pick the whatever's in my nose out. I ain't fucking around. Where's your question, Nav? What is your question? I really need the answer to your question from Red. Oh, Jeff. Jeff's question? LOL, good luck with the music. No, that's not it. Damn, y'all got me so fucked up. I see a booger. That's not a question. Oh, do you like big bodies or small bodies? Is the question. You have to answer it. Is that the question? I'm gonna scroll to the bottom. So please, you 3-second delay. So I can stop fucking looking for a question to an answer. I don't know what it is. Yes or no? Is that it? Big bodies, small bodies? Damn. Rebel needs a moderator to read his chat to get him to get lots easy with the chats. Nah, bro. I can see it up here. But I'm trying to be respectful, unlike most all content creators. I read everybody's shit. Everybody's. Like, if I miss it, I apologize. But I try to read everybody's. That's just what I've done from the beginning, and I try to keep doing it. And it, you know, I miss a lot of chats. I miss super chats. I miss shit, and I apologize. But that's just how I'm gonna do my shit. You know, you don't have to pay for a super chat here. You don't have to pay to get your comment read. You don't have to hashtag nothing. Like, I'm here to communicate. If you want a super chat to get your comment read, shit, I appreciate it. I prefer it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, so yeah, I do get lost in the chat, and again, you want to see my setup? Who wants to see my setup? I should probably save this for my shit. But look, this is what I'm dealing with, bro. This is what I got. Oh wait, where's that at? So I got a computer. I got my microphone. I got this fucking light over my head, and I got my phone over here reading the chat in my nephew's room. So, just say it. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to keep up. Ow, son of a bitch. Now I know that hurt, but I would like to see everybody else's shit. I know y'all got fucking probably 3 monitors. You got your chat here. You got what you're trying to pull up over here on another screen. You got your other shit over here on another screen. Like, you know, and that's good. That's good. You got it like that. One day I will be there. But right now, this is what I'm dealing with. I'm just fucking with y'all. So, yes. Oh, booties, not bodies. Do I like? I like all booties. Female booties. Shit. Small, round, plump, not flat. I don't like flat booties. You like them real thick and juicy. Mix a lot's in trouble. Looking for a piece of that bubble. I mean, yeah, shit. Ass is ass, bro. I'm gonna get in it, female wise. You know, no Diddy shit. What else we got? You got the same thing I do. I read everything in the chat. Oh, wow, you got better eyes than me. I don't see you wearing glasses. Fuck, I don't know. I'm making excuses, damn it. I'm getting my gaming site hooked up. Hell yeah, I'll go check it out. No boobs. I can't read it all. I told you. I can't read, bro. Boobies, bodies, booties. I like them all, bro. I like them all. Breastises. That's better. Let's just say that. I told you I can't read, bro. Oh, that's because it's right next to each other. Damn it. Gotta be stoned as fuck. Taking blinkers and shit. How many I take? 3? 3. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not really a big booby man. That's why I said booties. I like big booties, small booties, round booties. You know, jugs, tits, whatever you want to call them, boobies. That's what fucked me up, dude. I never heard anybody call any shit boobies. Like fucking. To be honest, I thought booties right off because I was like, boobies. Who the fuck calls titties boobies? Like, that's what fucked me up from the jump. I'm not gonna lie. But, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really a big titty fan. Like, there's not too many things you could do with them. You could rub on them. You can play with nips. I don't know why we get into this, but you know, it's not too much shit you could do with them. So they're there for fun, right? They're fun to squeeze, smack around, pinch, fucking bite on, chew on, whatever. But you could do that with any size, right? I don't like the ones that I gotta hold up, like fucking that are like, you know, National Geographic type shit. I ain't trying to get no saggy ones, but fake ones, real ones. I prefer to be real, but shit, they all work to me. You want me to rip it again? Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go into detail. I'm just, come on, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just not. I got other things to do. Like, I got other things to do, right? Than fucking with titties. Oh, that one burned. Ouch. I need water, bro. I ain't got nothing to drink. How long have I been on here? Anybody know? Anybody know how long I've been on tonight? I got no timer. I got shit. I got shit, man.
He got shits. Actually, this setup is better than the one that I usually have when I'm at home. I don't know why I'm complaining. At my nephew's house, he got a fucking chair. I don't have a chair. I usually sit on the couch. Um, that man likes them thick. How thick you talking though? How thick? Like it don't matter. Just thick. You like the girls with a small waist and the big, you know, the big booty, or the it doesn't matter waist, doesn't matter thighs. You just like them thick. Like there's different kinds of thick. 69 minutes. Appreciate you. That's a good time. Fuck, we got going on. Anybody want to do a mock draft? Because I'm tired of talking. And my mouth is dry. And we get way off the football subject. Nobody answered. A couple people answered. I should have put up a poll. Hold up. Can I put up? Oh, I got to do it on a fucking computer. Damn it. I should have put up some polls. Because I really want to know what y'all think about the Aiden O'Connell. And the DeAndre Swift trade. So, hypothetical scenario. If we trade for DeAndre Swift and we get the 10th overall pick, who are you taking at 10? Say somebody moves up to get Ashton Jeanty in between there. Or maybe the Jets just go crazy and, isn't their running back about on his rookie deal coming up, or 5th-year option, some shit, pretty close. So it could be the Jets try to get Jeanty, who knows? But if somebody sneaks up and takes him or jumps in front of us, and we trade out of the 6th spot and lose out on Jeanty, and whoever else y'all could have thought taking at 6, Shador, obviously, because he's not gonna be there. If we trade the 6th spot, that's probably who they're going to get. Who's on your board? Who's on your board? Is it Mimbu? Is it Will Campbell? Is it Will Johnson? Is it T-Mac? I can't say that without laughing. I'm sorry, I can't say that dude's name. I apologize if you ever watched this, T-Mac. Good thing I didn't hashtag his shit or tag him in it, but fuck. I mean, if y'all take T-Mac at 6, it's on y'all, dog. Stop playing, bro. Rosetown, my wife, 32 years, 5'11", with monster units, farm girl. I am all set. You got that farm country girl. Nice. Do a mock where we trade back to 10 and see who's available. How am I gonna do that? Okay, Jason, let me just invent this mock draft. I mean, the only way I could do it is if I pick all the top teams in the top 10. But then that's just us picking them, so it's not really gonna give us, who's really gonna kind of be there. I mean, it's a mock's not going to anyways, but fuck it. Let's see what we got. Do I got anything pulled up? Again, this is new. Oh, I'm not even on the right shit. This one. Hey, look at that. What? Can I get a round of applause? Can I get a round of applause, please? Round of applause. Alright. Now this I gotta figure out. This is the hard part. Shit. Never mind the round of applause. Alright, so what can y'all see? Alright, it doesn't show much. I apologize. That's as much I can do. Again, if I had a monitor, I could show more of it. But I think y'all get the gist, right? Let's jump into it and see what happens. So right off the rip, we got Miami Dolphins. Oh, I'll let it catch up. There's a delay. I forgot. Actually, it's just delay on my phone. Fucking myself up. Can y'all see it? You can't see the names? Oh, this is bullshit. Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta fucking see if I can make it bigger somehow. Alright, well, y'all can't see the shit. It's a blur. I'm gonna have to read it off to you. That's the best I could do. Best I could do, right? Best I could do. I apologize. So Miami is offering swap picks. We move back to 13, which could give us our linebacker, our safety, our corner. Not too bad. They want to give us a 4th round. Fuck my life. They want to give us a 5th round. Horrible, horrible ads. A 2nd and a 6th. And unfortunately, we can't go back and forth. So we can't accept it or reject it, or we can't see the next offer. So, I mean, I would take it. I'm just going to go out on the record and say, yeah, I would take that, but let's see what else we got. Tampa Bay wants to give us 19, a 3rd, and a 5th. That's worse. The Saints want to give us 9, 112, a 2nd round, and a 4th round. Do y'all think that's enough? Where was Candy? She was funny last week. I don't know. Probably doing a live. Got a bail, folks. All right, Nav man. Appreciate you pulling up. Have a good one. Thanks for coming. Take a blinker for the next shit. Where'd that even go? All right, we'll blink it up. What y'all think? Is that not enough? I don't like the fact that they're not trying to throw a 3rd round or a player into the mix. I mean, to be honest, we move back to 9 and get a 4th. I don't think that's enough. I think it should be a 2nd. So I'm gonna have to reject that. And let's counter with Miami. Or fuck it. Let's counter with the Aints. Let's counter with New Orleans. Let's go our first. I can't see if it's clicking on this shit or not. Why doesn't it highlight it? This is some trash shit. These ads are trash shit. Let's go 1st, 2nd. Fuck my life. I just skipped that. Let's go 1st, 2nd, and a 4th. That shit ain't working. We're picking. Fuck it. I guess we're picking. So off the board, Sanders went number 1. That probably ain't gonna happen. Abdul Carter went number 2. Will Johnson, surprise, like I was talking about. I don't know why I'm looking that way. Will Johnson, like I was talking about, went to the New York Giants at number 3. Mimbu goes number 4. Mason Graham goes number 5. So the Raiders are on the clock with Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Will Campbell, Ashton Genty, Tyler Warren, Tedero McMillan, Jalen Walker, Jahad Barron. All these cats are on the board. And this is why I said you can never predict the NFL or the NFL draft, because really you could see a scenario or a case where the Tennessee Titans are lying to everyone and they take Shedeur Sanders and leave Cam Ward out to dry. There have been plenty of teams that have told players we're going to draft you here if you're available, and don't draft them. It's happened numerous times. There are plenty and plenty of reports of that shit. So, I mean, we could see a scenario where that happens. Possibly. I wouldn't say, you know, the number one. I'd probably still go with Cam Ward. But there's a possibility. And then, you know, then you have Hunter, or you have Abdul Carter going to Cleveland. You got a Will Johnson, then Membu, then Graham. I mean, it's not out of the question at all whatsoever, in my opinion. That shit is not out of the question. These ads, though, are out of the question. Holy shit, I'm gonna have to... I don't know what it is with this site. My ad blockers block everything but this flipping site and the PFF site. And NFL Draft Buzz. Fuck it. Alright, so who we got? Who we taking? I know everybody hates this, but you're grabbing Genty at 6. Ward is on the board. Yeah, it's crazy. What the fuck program is this? That Sanders was going first. It is Mock Draft Simulator NFL. So it's not the same shit everybody else is using, because I'm tired of seeing the same fucking mock drafts with the same players going, and I'm trying to mix it up. So this is how we're going to mix it up. We're going to use this one. 2 to 5, 2 for 5. That's a deal. Like McDonald. Who the fuck is McDonald? McDonald's. What? Damn it, I did it again. Alright, come on. Who we picking? Who we picking? Who we picking? Crazy scenario. All these players are on the board. Hypothetically, all these guys are left, right? These are the players left. Where are the players left? These are the players left. Minus Cam Ward. Let's take Cam Ward out of the situation, because that just flipping makes it stupid to me, in my opinion. Travis Hunter, Will Campbell, Ashton Genty, or Jalen Walker. Who you taking? Who you taking? Who you taking? Actually, let's see if Miami will take this fucking trade. No, Miami. I just want to try. So, a third. I mean, their first, a third. Too much? Okay. A fourth, not enough? Holy shit. Trade. Alright, trade accepted. So we got... Oh, now you want to give us offers. Alright. So if you couldn't see... Oh, you see it right there. Alright. You see what I clicked on? I ain't fucking explaining to you. Detroit Lions. I know who they want. And this is the team that I've said is the sleeper on many drafts. The Bills. The Bengals. The Detroit Lions. They made the playoffs. They're a player away. Is that player on the edge? Is that player at corner? Is that player at wide receiver? Is that player... Definitely ain't at running back. Is it an offensive lineman? Is it a defensive tackle? Who do they need to get over the hump? Well, obviously, they think they need somebody, because they're willing to offer us 28, a second round 60, a third round, a sixth round, and a 2026 fifth round pick. Now, I don't know what the other offers are. What y'all doing? Move spot, get draft capital, get Carter, Hunter, whoever is available. Let's see who's still available. Oh wait, we're still at 6? We haven't even picked it at 6? Oh my god. Oh no, we traded that. Where are we at? Spot we at? I'm lost. 13. We're at 13 and Ashton Genty is still there. Tyler Warren is there. Tedero McMillan, Jalen Walker, Shamir Stewart, Colston Loveland, My favorite player in this draft, not named Eamon Wari, not named Travion Henderson, Jahad Campbell. Jahad Campbell out of Alabama is just nasty, 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 and I would take him at 13 all day. And matter of fact, I probably will, because we should have traded Ashton Jeanty away. He's not gonna be on the board at 13. Actually, I want to see who the Bears took. Let's go back over here. Let's review the draft. Fuck my life. I just ruined the draft. Alright, well, fuck. It's been a great day. Good night. I have no idea why this skipped over to the whole entire next page. Fuck my life. I'm not doing another draft. We will do one tomorrow, unless I can simulate this shit real quick and not pick nobody. Well, let me do that. Fuck no. Of course not. Oh, maybe select none. Select none. Enter draft room. Let's see. I can't believe that happened, bro. That is such fucking bullshit. Oh, damn. If y'all never come back to this channel, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. If you want your super chats back, I'll send them back. Fuck. Dude, that was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. Horrible as ass, dude. Alright. I'm gonna do this one more time, because the first one probably was crazy, right? And I'm going to trade off this free-for-all and see if it changes it. I'm going to go to standard. Let's enter the draft room. Let's do this real quick. I got to be going somewhere close to fucking 2 hours. Somewhere in there. Start. Get your comments in. Get your comments in. I don't know what happened. I was scrolling over. And it jumped to the next page, and I had 2 pages open on one. It wasn't on a separate page like a dumbass. I didn't know there was another page open. So when I scrolled over, it went back to the fucking, to the beginning of Google. Yeah, that's what happened. Alright, so this is the trade offers. The Saints want to offer us swap picks, a 4th. I don't like it. The Colts want to jump up and give us they want to give us a 1st and a 5th next year and a 3rd. I don't like that either. The Bears trying to jump in here, want to give us 10, a 2nd and a 3rd. I'm taking that. I'm not even gonna ask y'all. I respectfully respect y'all's opinion. But damn. So we are at 10 and the New Orleans Saints. Before I look at this, I want to see what happened. So let's go over the first pick. Was Cam Ward this time. The second pick, I've said this so many times. I just talked about it earlier. Y'all thought I was crazy. The Cleveland Browns, with the second pick overall in the 2025 NFL Draft, select Georgia linebacker Jalen Walker. Second pick overall. The Giants, for the 5th time in my mock drafts today, take Will Johnson with the 3rd pick overall. The Patriots take, where the fuck is this hair? This is crazy, bro. Will Campbell. Jacksonville takes Graham, obviously. I mean, if they didn't take Jeanty, they're taking him. The Bears traded 3 first-round picks to take Ashton Jeanty. The Jets, who I said there's going to be a tight end go in the 1st round, right? Guarantee you in this draft, in 11 days, there's going to be a tight end in the 1st round. The Jets take, which makes sense, Colton Loveland. You give Justin Fields a weapon. You give him a blocker. You give him, a blocker for RPOs. For read options, for run option, dude, nasty work. That's a great pick for the Jets, in my opinion. Carolina Panthers Take a guy 2 drafts ago. I said Malik Williams out of Georgia, the edge rusher, was going to be a top 15 pick. Some people have him falling out of the first round or being picked late in the first round. I don't even see how that's possible. Come on, man. The guy is just athletically gifted in every aspect. So, yeah. And he was hurt. He played the whole season with a hurt leg. And he had similar numbers to Abdul Carter, to the hell's the other one? Mike Green. All the top 5 guys predicted to go in the first round. He had similar or better numbers with a hurt leg. So all year long, he couldn't put pressure on his plant leg, and still was up there. So to me, Malik, however you say it, Williams out of Georgia, is another guy, like a guy I'm going to talk about here in a minute. I was probably going to talk about, but I'm running out of time. Fuck it, I'll just say his name. Braden Swinson out of LSU. This dude is special in every single way, and the most underrated edge rusher here in the draft. Again, I will say his name, Braden Swinson, LSU. Go watch film. Dude is nasty work. So, and Abdul Carter falls all the way to 10, which I could see that happening, but I would not see in the position that the New Orleans Saints are in, not taking Sanders, because he did not go, right? No, he did not go. So, oh fuck, don't do it again. My God, dude, I gotta make this a single page. Hold up, because I'm gonna do that shit again. That's fucking not working either. Damn it. All right, so do not scroll left. Jesus, Jimbo. So at pick 10, we are looking at Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, Armand Mimbu, Tyler Warren, T-Mac, Calvin Banks, Jahdae Barron, the best corner in this draft, Jahad Campbell. Who y'all got? Who you taking? Or, if you don't want Travis Hunter, if you don't want Shedeur, if you don't want Mimbu, we have these trade offers. I think the Saints is the best trade offer, but I have to accept it or reject it to see the next one, which fucking, this is the stupidest shit. But I'm not moving back to the 3rd round. Whoa, that's 3rd round? Hell no, I thought that said 1st round. Rejected. And these clowns want to give us a 1st next year and a 4th. Okay, so yeah, we're picking. Is it Travis Hunter? Is it Shedeur? Is it Mimbu? I'm not taking any of those. I'm going to show y'all who I feel. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm taking Jahdae. Another A draft coming up. If that's not an A+, I'll be very, very, very surprised. We have 4 trade offers again. They're trying to give us 52, a 3rd, and a 3rd round. I'm not taking that. They want to give us 49, a 4th, and a 6th. That's pretty good value. But I'm not moving out. Or I'm not. No, I think we need to pick. We need our picks. Damn. They want to give us 59, a 3rd, 2006 5th round, and a 2006 7th round. I can't take that either. The Chargers want to give us every pick they have in this draft. Fucking, I'm not lying. So the San Diego Chargers offer us pick 255 for pick 37. They offer us pick 55, the 3rd round 86, the 4th round 125, the 6th round 214, a 5th round next year, and a 6th round next year. Who do they want that is on the board before I reject this? A Marion Hampton. It's obvious. They want a Marion Hampton. But if we take that, which I'm not trading in a division, no matter what they offer. Jackson Dart will be gone. Gray Zabel will be gone. Conley will be gone. Trey Amos will be gone. Travion Henderson will be gone. I'm just going to reject all these trades. I believe we should pick right here, right now. Reject. All right, so Marion Hampton. Do we take a quarterback at Jackson Dart? Yeah, I'm still on. I had to restart a little bit. Do we take a quarterback in Jackson Dart? On the board, was projected to be 26th. We are picking at 37. He's still there. Gray Zabel at 37 is freakish. There's no way he makes it that far. I will put left and right on it. Come on, that's crazy. But we do have to think this. Travion Henderson is not going to be there when we pick again in the third. We got our corner. Do we shore up the offensive line with Gray Zabel, or do we wait because Charles Grant's probably still on here? Trey Amos. What picks did we trade back to? Hold up. We have 37. We have 41. Okay, maybe we still get him. 37, 41. I'm not reaching here. I'm taking Gray Zabel. We need guards. He can play every position. They want to give us 62 in a fourth. Reject. They want to give us 54, a fifth, and a third round. I don't think I can trade this pick. Jeez Louise. A second, a fourth, a fifth, a third, and a fifth. It's almost too good to be true. I'm not taking that. I'm praying to God Travion is here. Alright, with pick 41, I'm taking our running back for the future. There's no way he makes it this far. The Raiders just drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. 5.8. No, I'm just kidding. Real talk, though. He's nasty, bro. He's nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. We are picking third round, 68. We need our corner. We need our corner bad. And the guy that I want is not here. I mean, we need our linebacker because we got our corner first off. Sorry. We need our linebacker. We are picking at 68. I'm going to go wide receiver. I'm going to go wide receiver. I'm going to go wide receiver. Jalen Noel. Our LA. I'm not even asking y'all. I'm taking Jalen Noel. Taking Jalen Noel. I'm taking Jalen Noel. Y'all are not participating. Is anybody still there? So, the Cowboys want to give us 4 picks down, a fifth, and a sixth. Ooh wee, la la la. That is almost too good to pass up, bro. Too good to pass up. Where are we sitting at? We are picking 72. It's already a traded pick in the third round. The players on the board are Quinshon Judkins. We don't need. But it would be so insane to have Quinshon Judkins with Travion Henderson. That would be nasty. But it's not feasible, in my opinion. Darian Porter or Demetrius Knight. Oh, Olafongo too. He might be on here. Darian Porter or Demetrius Knight. Oh, we drafted a corner first, right? We need linebacker. Going Demetrius Knight. South Carolina. Welcome to the Raiders. Welcome to the Rays. All right, so while they pick their picks, we are going to show our selections and our grades. Jade, Baron. Fuck my life. I'm trying to do something. Jade is an A. Gray Zabel is a B plus. I think that's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. But we'll take it. Travion Henderson, A plus. Jalen Noel, A plus. Demetrius Knight, A. A, and A. Again, we are on the clock. We are picking 40 at 108. I just showed you our picks. But I'm going to look again. We have corner, interior line, running back, wide receiver. Alright, I know who we need to go here. I already have a pick in mind. Players list. Players list, please. So best player available is Harold Fannin Jr. We don't need a tight end. Dylan Sampson. I'm not taking a running back this early. We already have one. Jacob Parrish out of Kansas. I kind of like Anthony Belton at this spot also. Belton. We can get Will Howard right here. That would be a reach, I guarantee you. But I think we need him. Come on, help me out. You know I don't know. Damn, nobody participating. Nobody. We are at pick 108 in the fourth. We have a bunch of picks. We have a corner. We have our linebacker. We have running back. I think we need a safety. Jalen Reed at a Penn State or Caleb Ranshaw. I don't know. I like both. I don't know if we need a safety here. It's fucking hard. Oh, at 108? Ooh, that would have been a bad pick. Jimbo? Ooh, wait. Quarterback, Will Howard, 105. Kyle McCord, Riley Leonard is projected 160. Will Howard at 101. Why is he still on the board? That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. I'm gonna go tackle Anthony Belton. I'm gonna shore up the trenches, man. I'm shoring up the trenches. Damn, we have a lot of picks. Oh, fuck, I was gonna trade that pick. Oh, well. I was gonna trade that pick for a whole lot of picks, but damn it. Second and a fourth, move back. Now let's see what else we can get. We move back 7 spots. We get a 7th. Fucking stop with the ads already. How many can you possibly put up? Nobody likes old people fucking ads. A 7th, a 4th, and a 6th. I don't like that one. I wanted the last trade. Barrett Carter, Jordan Phillips, Restrepo, Martinez, Kyle McCord here is nasty. I like Zaw Frazier. Let's see what we got for the last selection. Anthony Belton, A plus. Demetrius Knight. So we have corner, we have interior offensive line, we have outside, we have running back, we have wide receiver. Jade's going to play the slot. I think we need an outside guy, but we have so many picks because I'm such a great general manager that we don't really need this many positions. But everything after but is bullshit. So, however, we are picking in the 5th round at 143, and we are taking. I don't know who we're taking. Kind of like Barrett Carter right there at Clemson. He was rated 109. We are picking at what? 143. Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle out of Maryland. Okay, I'm taking that. Taking that right there. We have our defensive tackle. We are running out of players to pick. Oh, David Walker, please still be there. Please still be there. Don't take him. Dicks. I don't trade within the division. Oh, that's the Rams. They want to give us 95 and a 2026 sixth round. I could have got so many picks for the future. But Jalen Blue, Texas, is here. I really like No Williams. I don't know shit about Slater. Jonas Cornelius out of Oregon. Elijah Roberts, Dylan Gabriel, Riley Leonard. What pick are we at? 180? Damn. Fifth round? Right? Fifth round? Sixth round? Oh, bro, that's an A plus all the way. Or a B. I'll take the B. We're taking Riley Leonard here. And next we are taking... Who are we taking next? Kendall Paul? Is Kendall Paul on the board? Reject this. Riley Mills, nasty. Trevor Eantine, Jake Majors, Cam Jackson, Tyler Barron, Colby, Q Robinson again is there. Jordan James, Isaac T-Slaw. What are we picking at? 213. I kind of like Jordan James, man, but we have a pounder and a grinder. Jaw Joyner. Did I take an edge? All right, let's review picks. Did I take an edge? No edge. Okay, so we're taking this edge. Oh, no, this one. Edge rusher. Who is the best? Tyler Barron. That's nasty too. Jaw Joyner. Johnny Walker Jr. Maybe we're not taking the edge here. Yeah, I'm taking Q Robinson. Go Q Robinson. We pick again? Jeez Louise. Alright, so we are going all. Best player available is Riley Mills. I don't think we need another defensive tackle. He's not going to get on the grass. I think we need a safety. But Tesla is nasty, bro. So is Willie Lampkin. So is Jalen Lane. Damn, there's still a lot of picks here. I think we did pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. 215. 8 people in the building. Shout out rocking with me this long. I'm probably going too fast so y'all can't see who the fuck is there, right? Riley Mills kind of makes sense. I don't know why he fell this far. But I like Jordan James a lot, bro. I'm going to take Jordan James. That's probably a B, but I'll take the B+. I'll take the B+. And we have 7th round, 222. Sorry, I'll read these off. I was going a little fast. Cam Jackson, defensive tackle, Florida. I'm taking that 480. Is that 480 pound dude, right? Somebody let me know in the chat. Is anybody in there? Is Cam Jackson the 400 and something nose tackle? Somebody. Candy, you're a mod. Can you look it up? Jeez Louise. Oh man, I think Cam Jackson is that deep. Wait, can I click on him and get info? No, it don't work like that on this one. Shit. All right. You think so? I'm taking Big Man for the last pick. He's gonna be my Mr. Irrelevant. Sorry to my boy Isaac Taslaw. So here is our results for the mock draft. Glad y'all rock with me this far. We have Jahdae Barron, the starter for at least the next 6, 7, 8 years, in my opinion. This dude is special as it comes in the backfield. He played almost 800 snaps in the slot 2 years. The last, not this year, but the 2 years previous. This year, he played like 500, 400, 500 snaps on the edge. Could do it all. Shut down, dude. I think he's physical enough and fast enough. You know, he can play bump and run. He can be a lockdown corner. He can play man. He's better, way better in zone, which the Raiders play a lot of zone. So, perfect fit, in my opinion, A. Y'all go ahead and grade this draft. 10 people rocking with me in the building. Let me know what y'all think. We got Gray Zabel. Play any position. Starter day one, in my opinion. Where he's going to start is the question. It's not if or when, it's where, right? TreVeyon Henderson, like I said, in my opinion, Jahmyr Gibbs all day long. Put their tape up side by side. Watch these guys run. Put on their combine film. Put on their pro days. Just go crazy with it. It's special shit. Special shit. Size, quickness, speed, hands. Everything is there. Everything is there. And if he's half the player Jahmyr Gibbs is for Detroit, it's a steal in the third round. That's why it's an A+. Jalen Noel, Iowa State. I would have liked to have his partner, right? Jaden Higgins, right? Jaden Higgins. I'd have been happy with that too. He went in the first round. We got an A+. So we have our lockdown corner starter day one. We have our starter. Very, 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 very possible he's a starter from day one. And TreVeyon Henderson, already knowing the system, just got to learn the terminology and the language. Jalen Noel, Demetrius Knight. We got our linebacker, sure up the middle or the outside, wherever they decide to put him. He's a sure tackler. He's good in the run game. He can cover sideline to sidelines. He can use work on that shit. Not the greatest. But the man is, he's always around the ball. Anthony Belton is a guy that's an offensive tackle. We could probably move straight to guard and start him right away. You got Zabel in between Colton Miller and JPJ. You got Anthony Belton in between JPJ and DJ Glaze. The reason I'm saying DJ Glaze over Belton at right tackle is because DJ Glaze already has a year experience. He's already got a whole off season. He went up against some of the nastiest defensive ends last year that are Hall of Famers, and he held his own. So DJ Glaze starting job unless he loses it. Anthony Belton, you slide right in there to the right guard spot. Our offensive line is top 10. I guarantee it. There's no doubt about it. Top 10 instantly. Jordan Phillips, defensive line. Another guy that could plug up the middle. He's going to get after the quarterback. He's going to stop the run. gives you that big body, A plus. We got him at 143. Riley Leonard, we don't know what the deal is with AOC. We don't know what the deal is with Carter Bradley. Shit, we don't even know what the deal is with Geno Smith at this point. Like, does he even make it out of camp? Who knows? Knock on wood. Anything could happen, right? Anything could happen. We've seen Aaron Rodgers play for 4 seconds, snap his Achilles, and be out for the season with the Jets. So anything could happen. Anything could happen. Riley Leonard, I had to take him in the 5th. I didn't think he was going to be there anywhere past that. We got a B plus, right? I'll take the B plus. Q Robinson, edge rusher. If you don't know, now you know. Go check him out. Go watch film on him if you have the ability to watch film. If not, just go look at highlights. The highlights don't show everything in a player, but they do show the upside, right? That's what the highlights show, because if they didn't have upside or the talent to make those plays, they wouldn't make them. So people say highlights don't show everything. I disagree. It shows, what the guy could be. If he could be that level on an every down situation. And, some guys can, some guys can't. Jordan James, B plus, I'll take that all day. We have another running back that's going to compete. Like I said, I think Zamir White is going to, hold his own. I think Dylan Labe is going to hold his own. But if they don't hold their own, then, it is what it is. And we have competition in Jordan James. The dude doesn't go down, after the first tackle. He's dangerous in goal line situation, which we could use very, very bad. Even drafting Travion Henderson, still just having, 2 running backs and shit. You can run 2 back sets, split them out. Crazy, crazy shit. Cam Jackson, I do believe it's the 460-pound defensive tackle that ran a 4.6? I mean, not a 4.6. I'm sorry, I apologize. A 5.6 or some shit. 40 time. That shouldn't even happen. That is the nastiest shit I ever seen. And if he is that dude, look for him to be playing every third down. Every third down, every short yardage down. Not every third down, every short yardage third down, every goal line. He's gonna be on the kicking team. He's gonna be everywhere. Anywhere you need a big body, big man's gonna be there. So a B plus. I probably could have got an A, but those are the guys that I like. If you see any guys on this list, again, it's probably fast as fuck on here, so I'm gonna slow down. If you see anybody on here you wouldn't have drafted, let me know. I'm gonna save it, and I don't know. Alright, yeah, so it shows everything. We only traded one time with the Bears. We got a whole bunch of picks. But yeah, if there's anybody that you would have did different, let me know in the comments below. After the video, if there's somebody that you don't like, that you think was a reach, which I got all A's and B's. I don't know how you can have that opinion. I'm just fucking with you. But if you do, let me know in the comments below. I'm getting the hell out of here. I've been on way too long. I have not had anything to drink or eat, and yeah, too many blinkers, bro. So I appreciate everybody rocking with your guy this long. And yeah, Jason Childers, Rosetown, all the newbies. If I missed your name and you're a newbie and you're still here, I apologize. But yeah, think about becoming a member. Think about liking, subscribing, turn on notifications so when when I go live. It's usually 3-4 times a week. I'm not like these other cats. I don't have set schedules, so it's probably why there's not so many people in here most of the time. But I'm not very consistent. So if you hit the notification button, you still probably won't get notified because most of my followers don't. However, I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better, so I will start posting on my Instagram, which is Raiders Rebel, X Raiders Rebel _ and on the YouTube feed. So I'm trying to do more, and if you become a member, I'm gonna start notifying people 2 hours somewhere in there before I go live for my members, so try to get them to all show up in the chat. But again, appreciate y'all, love y'all, much love, Raiders. I can't see that. Peace. Probably should put this back to the beginning.